Hi, everybody.
Yo,
Yo.
Hi,
what up?
happy 250.
Mm-hmm.
America 250.
Boy, oh boy.
What a car.
Thank you. I'm all decked out for the weekend, you dig?
Yeah.
How come you sound like Terry Summer?
Because I am Terry Summer.
I didn't know that. Kind of a spiffy car.
Thank you.
Looks like a DeSoto. No, I'm kidding.
Tony, I think, knows what I am.
Yeah, the Ford Thunderbird second generation.
1960.
Wow.
They called,
You should
they
you should
called
have
me the
four
square
eyes
bird.
then.
What?
You should have four eyes then.
Four eyes doesn't really work with the character thing.
Well. So what's new with everybody today?
Uh,
Besides your new car.
Not much. Yeah, I've been making a lot of these things. That's basically what I've been up to mostly. It's, I only got the program for a month, so just
Let's
try to
see
do
your
everything.
race. Let's see your race Tony's motorcycle. Or not.
Good win.
You know what that is behind me, Steve?
Trees.
Yeah.
Wait.
Where am I?
That looks, I'm going to say it looks like Loose Park.
You got it.
I thought that looked familiar. But you didn't think I was going to get that, did you?
I didn't think so. No.
There was one particular tree in this park I liked to climb it.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same tree I climbed, but I've got a picture of me in that tree.
I don't know why just a field and trees would remind me of Loose Park. We're talking
I
about.
don't think there's a lot of places that have that big expanse of grass well
Yeah.
taken care of with nice trees and stuff. It's a beautiful park. I went there. I took that picture in about 2009 with Gracie and Josh. They'd never seen it before, obviously, but we went to the botanical garden. And now, when Darren and I were kids, they don't have it now because people aren't allowed to have fun anymore. But they had in the lagoon. There was the round stepstones in the water, and you could. Does that make any sense? They were like these, like it would be like jumping on lily pads, across the pond, but they're these
oh
round.
yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah, think of a ballard, but only the top's exposed from under the water, and you can walk across it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's not too far from Kansas City Zoo. I think Kansas City Zoo is right in there.
Well, Kansas City Zoo is by the Swope Park, which is more where we used to live.
Okay.
In fact,
And I
the Swope
forgot where
Park
Loose
kind of
Park was.
swallowed up the zoo. You know what?
I forgot where Loose Park. Wasn't that 63rd?
Loose Park is at the right under the plaza,
That's right.
so it's more closer to downtown. There's actually what I'm looking at now would be like high-rise buildings, where like my surrogate Aunt Helen lived in one of them. But
Sometimes I miss Kansas City. I want to go back, but not to live, just to visit.
I wouldn't want to live there, but I do miss it. It's like going home when I go there every year.
One of these days, I might have to make the trip with you so I can visit family there.
Yeah, well, heading out in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh, I can't do it then. Because I have an uncle there still, my niece. When I have my oldest son there.
Oh, Hey, Huckstop, how you doing?
Hey, I'll stop.
Long time no see.
Oh,
Got big plans for the weekend? You all have big plans for the weekend? It's a big.
Not me.
It's gonna be that weekend, right?
Now the exciting thing I'm going to do is do memory lane for Big Bob this weekend.
yeah.
They're gonna light off fireworks in the neighborhood, and Captain's gonna run around the yard and bark for all night.
Oh,
I have to like just finally cut it off and keep him inside after like 10 or because he'll just do it all night.
yeah.
That's what captains do.
Oh, he'd hate it here because the fireworks never end here. At least the 4th is a Saturday, which means I go to work in the morning instead of the evening, so I'm not riding home in a war zone.
Yeah.
Oh well, happy birthday, Hawkstop. You feel older?
Say what?
Asked Hawkstop if he feels older. He said just had his birthday yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Unless he's talking about the 29th of July, then he's still a baby till then.
He might mean that because he says is. He said is rather than was. Yeah, he says
27.
27.
Be careful. You don't want to be part of the 27 club.
Nope.
God.
I got
Well,
fatter
Steve and I,
since
we could still make the 69 club. Like Bowie and half dozen other big names.
And then there was like a 52 club in like the early 70s, like Bobby Darin and Alan Sherman and David Seville. It's like a lot of them floofied around 72 or so. What was it?
Yeah, Bobby Darin was like 36 because he had heart issues from when he was a kid.
Yeah, and in Flint, from Captain Binghamton, he was one of that club.
Yeah, because he was him, Rod Serling, and Sergeant Carter from
Yeah.
Gomer Pyle. They
Frank
all
Sutton.
were born right around 1924, 1925, and they all died around 1974, 1975.
I had heard somewhere
They all
that Frank
died right
Sutton
about
was
50.
actually a drill sergeant.
Was
He sure carried it off well.
I heard he was a
Kind of
drill
looked like
sergeant before he
experience.
came over. Yeah.
I guess they were good friends, him and Jim Neighbors, because after
Yeah.
Pyle was canceled, Jim Neighbors did his own variety show and had him as Frank Sutton, his
I remember
part of the
that.
show.
Remember that.
Yeah.
It was weird seeing Frank Sutton not yelling at Jim Neighbors.
And Ray Stevens, I think, is officially retired since he's had his fall and stuff.
Shit.
Oh, he had a fall?
Yeah, earlier
Yeah, a
in the
couple
year.
months back.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's it's one person I always wanted to meet, in Branson, and just the only time we went to Branson was before it was a thing. It was in the early '80s. So it was just a little tourist streets, strip.
Yeah.
And I would have liked to have met Roy Clark. And Hot Stuff
yeah.
says, anyway, how's my favorite transformation YouTube animator? I'm fine, thanks. Thank you. How are you? I'm working on a new one. And I need to keep myself from doing these multi-TFs because it ends up taking forever. And I've made a bunch of these avatars in 3D cars and stuff. So it's been splitting some of my time doing that and trying to figure out this Patreon BS. I've got to figure out what's sustainable for me and what's of value to people, why they would want to pay every month or to be part of a Transforama official network. I would like to do, I put all the videos up where they can watch them ad free, maybe like a first tier thing.
Yeah.
And a second tier, I don't know, maybe like uncensored stuff.
Yeah, there you go. Just have all the nudity on the page here. Well,
yeah, I mean, I can't put it on YouTube. And then I I'd also like to maybe make a transformation booth just to make simple transformations that's just exclusive to the Patreon. And maybe if they're like third tier people, they can pick who's going to do it and what they're going to do and everything else. I don't know, that just trying to figure out. I would probably maybe do some like Zoom calls and different things, and just try to make it a community. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking it up. Ray Stevens is 87, so I hope I don't have to keep working after I'm 87.
I think he just did it out of the love of it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know, but just
You do music
even no
for
matter
a
how much you
living
enjoy it, it's like Christ. 65 is bad enough. I can't imagine 87.
I know it would be fun to just work a couple hours a day and do a show and sing, but I can't imagine. I can imagine that it would be just like no end to it.
Yeah.
It would kind of like be like, shoot, would just like to sit on the dock instead of having to do this every day.
Yeah.
So
Okay, it says,
like the T-Rex transformation I wanted. I don't know. Did I put it in the list? I've got a list of people's transformation ideas, and I try to get to them. So we'll see.
says Frank Sutton passed away. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Passed away. He was 50 years old.
Yeah.
And he went into the Marine Corps, but didn't get it finished because he was colorblind. So then he went into the Army and served there. He was in the infantry assault signal company or whatever.
So is he a drill sergeant or not?
He was at the rank of sergeant, but doesn't say he was a drill sergeant.
Yeah, probably not then.
Is a drill sergeant kind of like a low-end sergeant? Because it seems like kind of a shit job, doesn't it?
It just depends if they got the talent for it.
Yeah.
Of course, now it's all females, and they're all just screaming at the top of their lungs, and
Yeah.
you can't imagine anything more.
Can you imagine a drill sergeant with their time of the month? Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
He was born in 1923.
Yeah.
When did
50
he
years.
floofy?
74. Right before his 51st birthday.
Wow.
So he was a young one.
Everybody smoked so much that it's probably a lot of it. And
Said he died of, he was doing a play and doing rehearsals or something. He had a heart attack.
plays are physically rigorous, and I think that's why so many people have floofied doing plays.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know. I think there was only one play where that was just like a physically took its toll, and that was Spamalot.
Yeah.
When I played Sir Galahad, because there was this one scene where we had to do a whole Broadway fancy number with everybody synchronized, and we had to wear these heavy. I say chainmail, but it was like sweaters that looked like chainmail, but it was heavy. It was a lot of layers, and a lot of different things. It was basically that's what they wore in the Holy Grail, the movie. Is they didn't have money for like chainmail stuff, so it was all sweaters. But yeah, having to do that and do all that, it's the thing, they spoof it like on The Simpsons. Everybody's acting, in that they freeze at the end and everyone's breathing heavy in that frozen state.
Oh,
that was us. That was real.
Yeah. My hardest was Christmas Carol, the musical. I had no time for a break at all. I would out of one costume into another. I had to wear costume under one costume because I didn't have time to go change. Just get it backstage and rip off the top layer and then go back out. That wore me out.
Yeah, Christmas Carol. When I was Marley, I had to paint my, face and legs and feet and hands black, and then paint gray over it and have to blend it and keep blending it. And then I had to do all the lip with the black pencil and make it my face look stitched together, like the jaw, and black out my eyes and everything. I had to do all that. It took an hour to get into that. And then as soon as my Marley scene was over, I have to get it all off and just be a townsperson. I hated that part of it, having to scrub all that off. And be a
Yeah,
regular person. And even then, my eyes looked like I had eyeshadow and stuff. Looked like I was trying to be a rock and roller or something.
the hardest part for me was playing the ghoul, one of the ghouls for the ghost scene and everything. Because we had to wear a mask and it was dark and it was hard to see the side of me. And once I was just way out of line from the other guys. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Is that when you fell off the edge of the ship?
So I never fell off the edge of any ship. That was
Oh, that was a Titanic play. When
but I never
off.
fell.
Darn.
Well, sorta. We had the death scene there.
It was funny.
Did you see the death scene where we all had to pile on top of each other pretty much and act like the ship was tilting?
Yeah, you showed me the whole play.
Yeah.
A lot of nudity in it. And it's funny because the movie didn't have any of that.
Well, we did Titanic the porn is what you're thinking of.
Yeah. Hot Stuff says, guess it's like a creature suit like Godzilla or the creatures from Star Wars. That's what I do. Is I do cosplay stuff when I'm not animating and doing music. I do cosplay. So I 3D print and make my own creature costumes. And the rule is the better the costume, the more cumbersome and agonizing it is to wear. Never fails. I open up the window to do this show, and then some asshole next door has got the lawnmower. I had a bad day Saturday, and to cap it off, this monstrosity motorhome from like the 70s or something comes in. The thing seems like it's 2 stories tall next door. So now it's just sitting there, and I can't walk out the back door without seeing this thing tower over now. Ugly piece of shit. Sorry. Had to vent.
I don't think you're allowed to say shit on YouTube, are you?
Yeah.
I got my.
I don't know. I don't want to tell you about all my troubles. How you doing, Darn?
You say anything nice, don't say anything.
Darn.
Yep. Doing okay.
Is it me or is it looks like Darn's got a lit blank face?
Like you're right in the window or something.
Yeah.
It's my halo.
Okay.
Figured
You're
in case
glowing.
anybody's watching that wants to do some religious art.
You're glowing. Are you pregnant?
Yeah, I look
Where'd
like
that come from?
When women are pregnant, they always say that you're glowing.
it. Yeah, if you see a woman and you think she might be pregnant, you're supposed to ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened to me once. I came that close to asking her, and I said, I better not, just in case. Turned out she wasn't, so I'm glad I didn't.
Well, that's why you play it safe. You just go up and say, "Hey, are you fat?" And then put your finger in the go and go. Do the Pillsbury Doughboy thing. And then they say, "There's a baby in there. Stop poking me." And then
I was
you
going to
say,
ask her.
"Right, that's why you got a baby in there. You should have said, stop poking me before." See, if Bob Hope had said something like that, then
Yeah.
That's probably good.
let me see. So,
Yeah,
he
he had no talent at all. That's why they named a fucking airport after him.
You had the zombie joke. Pretty good.
yeah, they also named one after my foot. So Hot Stuff said he has a Tina 2S. Never heard of that 3D printer.
A Tina 2S.
Yeah, he wants to make characters for his stop motion.
Oh.
Darn is my brother, Hot Stuff.
Yeah. He does animations too?
He's trying to get into stop motion animations like Rankin Bass.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Hey, maybe you ought to do that for Apology 9. Do a stop action Apology 9.
You know, I do animation. That's that actually, for me and Hockstop, to be doing actual stuff, not AI slot.
I didn't say that AI is it stop action.
I didn't say you were. I'm just saying I respect anybody that does any kind of animation that's actually real.
Well, that's
Yes,
why
sir.
that's why I just got the AI generated image of what the ship might look like, and then the rest I'm going to go talk to somebody who does starship designs.
Ah.
What are you going to have it 3D printed or something? What? Darren does it. Why don't you get Darren to do it? He makes starships.
Do you really? You design those?
Well, yeah, I can give you a Federation ship with any number of saucer sections.
Oh, the redundant. Oh, that's right.
But Darren made the ships that we were racing too.
Yeah, but they were kind of crap.
I didn't think so. I thought they were cool.
Yeah.
Didn't you make those in hexagon?
Yeah, but I only knew one way to extrude things, so they all kind of, they were okay, but
Yeah, I started hexagon when you were teaching me, and I don't think I really continued it. I just continued doing 3DS.
Didn't I show you this before, darn? This picture?
Yeah, it's got the green butthole.
Yeah. Because that's what I want to do, but I don't like the ring on the back of it.
Ring of Fire. Yeah, he's been my brother all my life.
He ain't heavy, he's my brother.
We're missing Goat's Cot because he's late at work, so I don't know if he'll be here or not. I'm hoping he shows up. Hoping he surprises us.
the sun went away, so now you can see my stupid face.
Yeah, it's been overcast here all day long. It never even got like 72 now. And the rest of the country's got a heat wave.
I like having this grill because it keeps my teeth from breaking if there's like an obstruction in the roadway or a car in my way or something.
You're really not supposed to run into other cars, though.
Yeah, I know. People they'll put ads up of these, like a handle for a kid to hold on to on the dashboard or something, and they're like, "Oh, that's it's so unsafe, this and that." I'm like, well, just don't have an accident.
Yeah, that's the way it was in the old days. My Bug, it had a little handle right on the dashboard on the passenger side, so you could hold on for dear life. And then it had
call
little
those
straps.
shit bars. Oh shit!
Yeah, it had that on the dash, and then up, between the side windows, it had a little strap so you could hold on to that. I can't imagine anybody using it, but it's there. And then
Jeff Lynn didn't use his, I guess, because he was forced to cancel his tour because the taxi he was in, they made an emergency maneuver to avoid an accident, and he hit his hand.
Oh, nice.
He shifted and hit his hand and his guitar. I guess I'd say his guitar hand, but technically both hands are your guitar hands.
Well, that escalator of yours could have used a couple of those straps and stuff, couldn't it? Especially when you're driving with no brakes.
Yeah. Did you say escalator?
Yeah, you used to drive an escalator.
I'm sorry, that guy with the mower came by. It sounded like you said escalator.
Yeah. But it could have used a couple of those hold-on straps when you're driving famous people around with no brakes.
Yeah.
I am.
Tomorrow's supposed to be Porsche break day.
Do what?
Tomorrow's supposed to be Porsche break day.
Oh, good luck with that.
Thank you.
What's Porsche break day?
Getting my brakes done.
Oh.
I haven't been able to drive my old car since I moved out here.
You have a Porsche?
Yeah, 84.
Oh, wow.
It's nice, a black Carrera.
Sweet.
Yeah, I want him to get it fixed so we can both go to car shows together and each have a car.
There you go. It'd be really cool to get a car like that and paint it red, white, and blue with the stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was kind of a
Not like the French colors or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's
This,
Russians.
yeah, they're blaming us for their heat waves, because you guys.
Yeah, somebody made a meme of that. They had that. It's like they have the U.S. with like a big air conditioner over it, and then it's blowing hot air over onto Europe. It's like,
Yeah,
it's all our fault.
the Chinese know what to do. They're making sharing videos of their piggeries, that where they keep their pigs and they're air conditioned there. So
Yeah,
they're like, "Hey, we air condition our pigs." You French.
Is that the official name of the piggery?
that's what they
No,
got. I heard that term for the first time I ever heard it. I think it was back in the 70s and 80s. What the hell word is that? But no, that's what they
Oh,
call
I
it.
thought I made it up just now.
Piggery, yeah.
Well, I guess it's a good name if it exists.
I just thought that was another name for a police day. Anyway, go ahead.
But we don't have Gotchtalk here to shake his hand.
Yeah, you gotta save that joke for if he ever shows up.
It says, Hot Stuff says, don't know if you make a female Spinosaurus transformation or a female Gigantosaurus. I don't know what those are. And he said he misses. Oh, I thought he's.
Gigantosaurus, I think, is a sauropod. I could be
Yeah,
wrong on
it's
that.
only about that big. The name is they gave it the name as a joke.
Did
And
you delete a comment?
Spinosaurus is basically if a crocodile had a baby with a T-Rex.
And I thought you said, Hot Stuff, that you missed the guy that talked to us about dinosaurs. Or am I seeing things? Because I don't see it anymore. We all miss our putt.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the same without him. I think about him all the time.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Voxop's asking if that was the Marvel character Ghost Rider. I don't think so. I never saw it, never seen. I'm not into that stuff. But I imagine a movie guy would probably be riding a Harley or something. That is a Royal Enfield. It's from India, designed in England, built in India. And it's brand new, even though it looks like something from the 1940s. And it puts out 20 horsepower. So you can't really do movie stuff with it.
How big is it? You get it in the mail, and you're just like, that's an awful little box. And then you come in and you open it up, and there's an even smaller box inside it. And you open it up, and you have to unwrap it, and it's like it's about the size of a little mini bike thing, like a.
No.
That happened to me Saturday. It's one of the reasons I had a bad day. What's that in your lap, Tony? I mean, Steve.
That's my
That is
puppy.
Doug.
Your
Is a
pussy.
Doug. He's licking your arm.
Yeah, he does that. I know it's annoying to hear too. Almost sounds like my fap. Scared him.
I'd say Lucy's a loud licker, but she's a loud everything. Loud snorer.
Yeah. Oh, watch him when I do that. Watch. Oh, he didn't get scared that time.
Every time you make that sound, a kitten dies.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong. Or I don't know if I was wrong, but when you did all the rockets and started swatting them around, Steve,
Oh yeah.
I said it doesn't show up on YouTube, but it did that time.
Oh, cool. Oh,
But
sweet.
it was when you all were doing the cows, it didn't show up on YouTube.
Oh.
Cows are trademarked.
I guess. So I mean, it's not that I was wrong, but it worked that time. I'll just say that. Because the cows did not show up when you did it, and the rockets did. So I don't know what the deal is.
You saw me swatting the rockets away?
Yeah, the rockets showed up, but a couple of weeks you all were doing a bunch of cow stuff with the cows floating around, and none of those showed up.
Oh.
Those who don't know, we're just talking about. I don't know if it's Zoom. It's got these little emojis that float around, and that's all we're talking about. I wish we had something more interesting to say.
Yeah.
We were talking about the interesting stuff before the show started. We were talking about being naked in the mud pit. We were talking about what male stewardesses were called in the 60s. And then we were talking
Fanny
about,
packers.
can you see that hot stop? Can you see the rockets? No. Yeah, fanny packers. And we mentioned that I have not seen a briefcase like at an airport or in real life, and I don't know how long. It's like, it seems like the only time you see briefcases are in some movie when it's filled with cash or something, like some crime drama or something.
Because people bring laptops instead. So you see
Yeah, I
laptop
guess so.
cases.
Yeah, it's a laptop bag now or something. But in the old days, it's like every businessman had a briefcase.
Yeah, I used to call them executive lunch boxes because I used to carry one when I was at McDonnell Douglas back in the 80s. I didn't really have anything in there except like my lunch or whatever the hell.
Yeah, and hot stuff. If you requested it, then it's probably on the list, and I'll look it up eventually. The key to things I like to draw is I like kind of big heads. That's why I've kind of stayed away from Godzilla, because he's shaped like a Christmas tree and he's got like a tiny head. But Putt, they called him Small Head. That was like his superhero name, so
Ah,
that kind of makes sense. Yeah, he sees the rockets. Now try cows, Steve, and see if that works. I don't know why the cows didn't show up then. It's just,
Where are the cows? We've got cows.
There's going to be cows.
but yeah, Loose Park was like 80 or 90 acres. Or it still is, I guess.
I didn't think I had to dig this far for the cows. That's weird.
It's a nice area. It's surrounded by mansions, like from the 20s. Okay, there's
oh, cool.
now see that ghost that you did happened outside of our frame, so maybe that's why.
See, there's the
I'm sure-
balloons.
Now the balloons will show up, but when you did the ghost, it happened outside of the frame, so that's probably why it didn't go on YouTube. Maybe that's what the cows were doing.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, wait.
balloons.
So can you see the hand wave floating up? I
That's
don't know.
applause. That's applause.
Yeah, I see the balloons on the YouTube.
There's the balloons. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's what they call them in. That's what they call them in New York is balloons.
Balloons. Yeah.
So I guess the key is if it happens outside of our frame, like in the black margin, and you're not going to see it on YouTube.
So.
Hey, Gottschalk, give us something from your book. Damn it.
Give us something for your damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a ghost, but it was in the margin. And I think that's why it doesn't show up on YouTube. It's something we can see on Zoom, but that looks dangerous. What goes up has to come down,
Yeah. Yeah. Those are beer bottle. I wish they had coffee mugs. That'd be better.
Give me a second. It's hot. Give me a second.
I could see the mugs on the viewer. There you go. Anyway, done playing around.
Really?
For now.
That's outrageous.
Shut up.
Oh, that's better. How's
What's
that?
better?
Now I'm topless.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, as long as you're not bottomless.
Yeah, we had that once a year is enough for that.
No, that's like a once every 10-year thing.
Yeah.
And I won't do that again because then I'll be, it'll be like that. I want to be like that Goldfinger woman.
You guys really need to get a life.
Yeah.
At least the whipped cream and other delights, the album cover gal, she didn't recreate that.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There was just a picture of her holding the album covers.
Just holding the album cover, yeah.
And the lady, the waitress holding the New York on the Supertramp album, she had clothes on in the original.
And she lived to be like into her 90s. I think she
Yeah,
has
she
passed
poofy.
away,
Yeah.
but I think she was like 97 or something like that,
Wow.
which is ought to be enough for anybody.
I wonder how that affected her later. I'm sure people didn't like recognize her and stop her. But maybe they did. I don't know.
She has a booth at the conventions.
That'd be cool. Imagine having to do that pose over and over because that's what she'd be doing. She'd get paid. I think it'd be worth it.
I walked up to one of those booths once, and some girl with the nerve to just say,
Look at my floppy boobs.
yeah, it wasn't very nice.
Take what you can get.
Yeah. Didn't Lou Ferrigno say that to you? Look at my floppy boobs. He starts flopping them up and down.
It sounds like do that Tony Gallagher's voice. Hey, look at my floppy boobs.
Hey, Bo Duke held my phone.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
So I can't lose my phone.
Yeah, the 5-year-old's going off again.
Yay.
I miss being 5 and going off.
I'll bet you
66.
not that way. You're blind.
I didn't do that when I was 5.
6 maybe. I don't know.
I miss being a fat dog. You just eat and then flop down on the floor and take a nap whenever you want.
Yeah.
I didn't do that shit until I was like 29.
I remember it being. I was a kid. I don't remember how. I think I was like 5, and it was so hot one night that I went into the kitchen and the kitchen floor was nice and cold, and I laid on it.
That's what dogs do.
I know. Someone came along and scratched me on the neck.
Yeah, there you go.
I said neck. Nice puppy, they said.
Started petting your pup. Oh, that's disgusting. You're only 5. Just stop that, Steve. That's gross.
No, it'd be gross if they did it now. There's fat ass all over the kitchen floor now.
I just realized did I have wiper blades when I had my hardtop? Because I don't see wiper blades. That kind of scares me. It means I might be a stunt car for like the fair or something.
Wiper blade.
Well, I was watching that one Dean Martin movie, the Punishers or the Slappers or the whatever the hell, one of his Matt Helm movies, and he's in I think a T-Bird, and there's one scene where they're sitting in the car, and you could tell the car windshield's been removed. They took the windshield out, put the chrome back on, and they left the wipers off, so you could see the little nubs where the wipers go, and you could see all the edges of the metal where the window was supposed to be. But they took the windshield out for filming because it was reflecting or whatever the hell. But it looked stupid.
I think that was kind of common in when Mike Brady would roll up in his Barracuda. I don't think it had a windshield either. I think that was.
What was really funny is that Miss Hathaway on Beverly Hillbillies, she had that parade of freaking cars. She worked like a $2 an hour job, but she had a brand new Mopar, like every different show. But she had a 72, and it was a 72 Challenger or Cuda convertible, which they didn't make. So it was a 71 that had been updated to 70, but it didn't have the high back buckets. It had the regular low back seats in it. And they all came with the high back buckets. So I think they must have swapped the seats out just for filming purposes as well.
I wonder if Mr. Drysdale would just lease those cars for her because he didn't want his main employee or his personal secretary driving around in a Pinto or something. Or Falcon.
Or she just.
I wish my bosses had that attitude. They watched me roll up. They watched me roll up on a bicycle every day. 65 years old, 300 pounds, gray hair, limping, and they watch me roll into the work every day on a bicycle. And it's like it didn't strike you as odd.
Bosses don't give a shit. They're like honey badgers.
They especially don't give a shit.
Sorry, hang on. My monitor went out. My connection. I'll answer you a hot stop.
Hit it. Hit it a few times.
Any advice on animations? Hi, Kendra.
Hi, Kendra.
How you doing? happy Independence Day coming up. You got any big plans? As far as animations go, what do you mean? Because your animations are going to be like physical, right? Stop motion. My advice to you is lighting is key. Maybe get a good fill light. You can get one on Amazon, pretty cheap, and probably don't need to get a high-tech camera. You can probably get a little tripod and get a tripod for your phone if you got a good phone camera. To start with, I think a lot of like YouTube creators and they make the mistake of buying a bunch of expensive equipment when you really don't need it. As long as you got as far as YouTubers, a halfway decent microphone's a key because you don't want the people that those YouTubers that have like 13 subscribers and they got the room echo in their voice and it's hard to hear them. You know. Is this on?
Yeah.
Can't hear you because of the echo.
Well, hey, I'm not trying to be a fancy YouTuber with a bunch of subscribers. We don't have enough subscribers yet on this channel for me to not have an echo in my voice.
Well, we got to yell and scream at each other more, and we got to get fatter. Because those are the guys who are really successful on live streams. Super, like 400, 500-pound fat, screaming and yelling at each other.
That'd be a good YouTube name, Fat Guy Screaming. What do you think, Steve?
I like it.
I'm not much for screaming, but if you need a fat guy shaking his fist at a cloud, I'm your man.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, they got a fireworks ban because of a fire in Colorado. There's a lot of wildfires there. What did you say, Darn? I'm sorry, I was reading Kendra's thing.
Doesn't matter. I haven't heard one firework yet. It's nice.
It was hard to tell if there were fireworks last night or if it was all thunder. But we had a lightning storm. Big one.
If I was in Colorado, it would have been fireworks for the last 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, because everybody here is old.
Yeah. But hot stop, if you're in the stop motion, so what you do is you get a tripod, make sure the camera's still as heck. If you have to super glue the damn thing. We did some stop motion stuff with our 8mm camera back when we were kids. Having the camera still is the key. So you won't need the video setting. Just do the camera setting, and just do a picture. Change your clay figure or whatever figure you're doing. And the big key is the same way with the animation that I do is when I have to do flip book. Don't cheat, even when it's boring. Watch me move here. See this? You see that? That was like 40 frames.
Yeah.
Don't cheat. Don't make it 10 or 20 frames. Or you can, but you'll end up not as happy with the result. It's better to take the time and just move it a micromillimeter each time. And when you get that fluid movement, that's the key. You'll really enjoy the results. Is that your car, Tony?
Yeah, that was my 87 Dodge Diplomat cop car.
Damn it, Lucy.
She don't like
She's
cop
out
cars.
there all playing with the dog outside and then comes in soaking wet and then she gets caught in my cable and starts to pull it out, my mic cable out of the thing. Well, it's a cool looking car, Tony. Did you go chase after people and stakeouts and stuff? It looks like you're staking out behind, someone's house there.
Yeah, that was the most sluggish V8 powered car I've ever had.
Well, it probably had 14 catalytic converters on it.
Well, 3, but
80s.
Yeah, and a single exhaust.
Yeah.
And oh my God,
like a 1-barrel carburetor,
No, it had a Rochester Quadrajet, which is kind of a weird carburetor for a Mopar to have. But there you go.
I'll be right back.
It had like the super lean burn and all this crap. And boy, it was just a slug. It handled okay, and it was roomy inside and everything else. But a lot of bad guys got away in those days.
Was it
I-
Torquay?
Not especially.
Was it what?
Torquay.
Torquay? Oh, you know, they made that body style through like 91. And I remember seeing that, the Consumer Guide would have the new car issues, and sometimes I'd buy them because they had colorful descriptions of the cars, and uh, uh, they were saying how dated it was because it had a chrome shifter still, on the steering wheel and stuff.
Yeah.
But they said it would give a wallop and blah blah blah. So, but Tony's didn't. So, but I don't know, it's kind of a cool. If you took that car to a car meet, if you had it, it would get a lot of attention.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I mean, it just for a V8, because I've had Challengers and Barracuda and Dusters, and just comparatively, we just so much smog stuff. And by '87, if you had a car with a carburetor, it was just hopeless. Everything had pretty much switched over to fuel injection by that point.
Boy, I was making a right turn not out of church, Citrona and Sadler, and some woman coming westbound who was making a right turn, she just stops right in the middle of her turn, right in traffic, and she's screaming out her window, "I love that! That's beautiful! Oh my gosh!" She's, talking about my pony I was driving. I mean, she just like stopped in traffic to yell out her window. That's kind of fun when people do that,
It's like, thank you, but don't cause a wreck, please.
Don't cause a wreck. I guess I did once, and I didn't mean to. I had these white sweatpants, and I went out to get the mail. We lived on a T intersection. My mom and I did, and I just went out to get the mail, and all I had on were the white sweatpants. I didn't have a shirt or shoes or anything. I go out to the mailbox, and some woman hits another woman's car. There's like a fender bender right there. And she asked if she could use my phone. She said that woman's being a bitch. So I let her use my phone and everything. And later my mom's like, she was looking at you and that other car. I'm like, no, why are you talking about? I once missed an exit. I was with my grandma. We were driving back from Colorado, and we were on 75, and I had to make the exit to I-10 to go to Jacksonville. And there was a Hooters girl with her car broken down or whatever, and she was by her car with her legs cut out, and I missed our exit, and we had to go like 7 miles out of the way. And Grandma, she never let me live that. She kept saying that. And I'm like, my regret isn't that we missed the exit. My regret is I didn't stop to help because, it's a Hooters girl. Who cares if I'm with my grandma? I should have stopped. But, there were no cell phones. This is in the 90s. It was just, when you go to the last century, it's just like everything's so different.
Or there were cell phones, but you had to be rich to have one.
Yeah, our boss, Jack, Darren, he got us pagers.
Oh boy, that was the big thing.
Darren might not have been with him. I don't remember, but he at least got me a pager, and yeah, I think that was after Darren moved away. And I said, "So you're just this is just for emergencies, right, Jack?" He's like, "Yeah, this is just for emergencies." So I'm going down 95 rush hour, kind of on my way back from a job, and pager goes off. So I had to go off the highway, find a gas station, go to the payphone, call him up. So how are you doing? My son of a bitch. The pager didn't last very long. That was a very short-lived phase. I think I might have put a stop to it after that. Who's that bald guy in the picture up there?
I think that's Dr. Phil.
Looks like Mr. Clean with the white shirt.
No, he didn't have the earring.
Well, damn, I was gonna pee. Now he's gone. I'll stay.
Well, not if you got it. But now
I've got a
everybody's
couple
gone.
minutes. I got a couple minutes in
Everybody
reserve.
just takes off. I
I just
love it.
bought actually, I just got delivered my first bottle of this Sal Palmetto stuff. It's supposed to
Oh,
help
cool. Yeah.
my prostate. So maybe I don't know if it's gonna work or not.
Probably not. No, you should still get the Larry King stuff. It still works for him, even though he's been dead for like 5 years.
I was wondering if I might be like pre-diabetic or something because sometimes my feet feel a little uh not numb but numb-ish,
Yeah,
like
me
a
too.
little.
I got to get that checked out, or I get the
Yeah.
ankle swelling, and like my left foot will swell up. Not both of them,
Oh,
just
really?
one. It's like that's weird.
I don't get any swelling. Actually, it's the opposite. I can kind of see veins in my feet more than I did just a few years ago. I think that's just kind of age. But
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I'll just keep an eye on it. Uh,
Because I got a new, because I got my Medicare now, and I got Kaiser Medicare Advantage plan, just because I like the name, and you choose your doctor from their list, and they had pictures. And I thought, because usually when you're looking at a list of doctors, you're trying to find that one that has a name you can fucking pronounce. And this one actually had pictures. I thought, oh, I actually can find a doctor who's not, you know,
that helps.
from
That's
another
kind of like
planet.
that's when my wife and I were in Cozumel, and they actually had a menu with pictures of the food on it. It's like, oh,
Oh,
that
there
one
you
looks
go.
like something I could eat. I think every place should do that,
They should. They
because
should.
I told you that story when we were on that Norwegian cruise, which is a very upscale cruise ship, and they had like a food court. And I remember one night, it's like every single thing on the written, like the whiteboard menus outside were like bushy glue, poopy loopy goopy foopy pooda but shit if you fit. Like so nothing looked like it was nothing we could pronounce. And not only me and Gracie, because she's not as particular as me, but it's like the other couples, everybody was going from one to the other. Nobody could find anything. And it's like some of those things, it might have been French for hamburger, it might have been something that was edible, but we who could tell if it's not even, it's just like,
Yeah.
give a picture and let us know what we're in. We ended up eating at like a vegetarian place, and I just had spaghetti with nothing. It was like just spaghetti with nothing, no sauce or anything. It was just like that sucked. We should
Yeah.
have just gone back to the cabin and ordered a. They would any time of day you could order a. They would like microwave Totino's pizza and send it to you. So that would have been a better dinner. Um,
The problem
anyway,
is
I
the
don't know what
doctor I
brought all
chose, he lives over in Pasadena, so it's like a 8 or 9 mile and thing. So if I do get a checkup, I'm gonna have to take a bus and a train to get there.
Yeah, but you're a big boy. You can do it.
Yeah, I just worry about copays and stuff. And then I got to get there, and then oh boy, because I haven't seen a doctor since the '90s. I think it might have been I think it was like '89.
You said it was 89.
Yeah, and and I'm old and fat and all this other stuff, and I got a thing in my cheek that feels like somebody shoved a pencil eraser in there. I got that looked at, and my hip, and
Well, the good thing is if there's a copay, what the hell? They can't like take the place you're renting away from you. You know what? Medical bills aren't as bad as far as like collections and stuff.
Right.
They're a little more forgivable, but yeah, it's good to know what's going on first. Now, before I had my guts taken out, I had to go through so many different tests and different things and all this prep for weeks and weeks. And then when I got there, 5 in the morning, when my friend Barb took me there, they're like, "Oh, we'll need like a $1,200, deposit." And I had left my wallet and everything at home. I was in my pajamas, literally, because they said to. It's like you didn't say anything about bringing 1,200 fucking goddamn dollars with me, you bastard. I mean, I had to borrow it from Barb because that's a little bit of detail they could have said.
Yeah, you
You
think.
dig? You'd think. But anyway, my surgeon, he looked like Eric Clapton.
Ah,
So that worked out. I'd say that, yeah,
Mm,
he was my surgeon,
well,
but I was operated on by a robot, a
ah.
Da Vinci robot. It's like
Kind of
a
a
big
crap picture, but
octopus.
that's me on the previous generation little Royal Enfield.
Oh, did you own one, or you just at the
No, no,
dealer trying
that you
to?
can see there's 8 of them there. That was a showroom.
I didn't know they were that old. Well, I don't know. How old
Yeah,
were you
that
there, Tony? You look like a baby.
well, that was probably about 2012.
That's when we first met.
Yeah,
Boy, if
so I
I could
wanted
just
one for a
turn back
long
time
time.
and change my life.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I just wanted to
like,
see, how goofy I'd look on the bike, so I just had the guy take a picture of me.
Oh, you look all right.
Yeah, I mean, they're because people ride 2 and 3 up people on one of those things. They don't think anything of
You
it.
look less goofy with a helmet, especially if you're going down the boulevard.
Yeah.
if I were to go back in time and fix my life, I think I'd have to go back to the second trimester of my mom's pregnancy with me. That's when things started to go bad.
Yeah, you know
I could,
what? I would love to go back.
Made my first mistake.
yeah.
I don't know if I'd get, well, I would love, I don't know if I'd love, but sometimes I think, what if I had the power to start life over and know everything I know now? I just wonder, I think that would be an interesting, I would do it. If I could, I would do it.
If playing with toys and stuff were fun again, even though you know everything you know now. If it weren't,
Yeah.
then being a kid would kind of suck.
Shit, playing with toys are fun now.
Yeah.
I have a whole collection of my little cars on there, and I'm so tempted to go play with them, but I'm just like, well, I've got other things. I can go on the video games because that's what we do now. We still play with toys, but they're on the video game screen, just like kids do. Kids don't play with physical toys anymore.
That's why they suck.
Oh, next time I have the webcam, Tony, I got off eBay
Ah,
a Johnny Lightning 70 Super Bee black.
nice.
And the thing is I believe it's a Johnny Lightning from probably 20 years ago, Super Bee, and it's not well proportioned. I mean, it's just kind of like the front end. It looks, it's just not right. And this one looks good. I mean, all the proportions are right. They've really a lot of them have upped their game on
Oh,
styling for these little cars. And so Darren's idea was that for some of the Transforma stuff, because I spend so much time making these 3D cards and I've got a 3D scanner. He's like, well, why don't you 3D scan some of your little cars? So I've gotten a few off like Amazon and eBay, even though they're kind of expensive to do, but I'm going to try that as an experiment. And okay, now I can't wait any longer. I'll be right back.
all right.
While he's gone, I'm going to suggest that he take pictures of stuff and then have AI build 3D models of it for him.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not going to suggest that while he's here, though.
yeah. Don't.
I mostly talk to AI about my stupid refrigerator.
Yeah, or Stevie actually talked to AI about why his radio streaming was all choppy, and he actually got some good answers from it.
It's not too surprising.
Because it just aggregates all the shit that's out there.
But it does a better job than, like, if I'm looking something up and I Google it, and I'll read every page I can find and still not come up with an answer. And it
Right.
comes up with better answers than I can find.
See, that's a Harley, but problem is this thing's cost $20,000 now, and it weighs 800 pounds.
It's going to be
It's
hell
still
over
looks
here.
small. My former bike.
Yeah.
That was back when I was stupid, though. And when I saw something, or I thought, I need a motorcycle, I'll go buy one
Yeah.
or finance one or whatever.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I mean, that's like I say, it's the cheapest motorcycle that I'd actually want to have. You know, it's actually brand new design. Came out in like 21, but they got the look right. It looks like a 1940s, 50s bike
Yeah, it looks cool.
because everything's metal on it. You know, it's steel fenders and tank and everything else. And because there are a lot of retro bikes out there, but they're all plastic and they all look like play school.
I think they have more freedom with bikes because they don't have to worry about safety. So they can make them look however they want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Did you ever just like you peeing and you can't stop peeing and just like stop already and stop and everybody's looking at you,
I'm going through that right now as we speak.
Yeah, it's like I should have at least waited until I got to the bathroom at Walmart.
Yeah, there you go. But no, the you know the dream where you need to pee in the dream. You know, the latest one was I go in and the toilet is gone. It's just missing.
I get those all the time because that's the only time I don't have to pee is when I'm peeing.
Yeah, there you go. But then usually it's like it's plugged up or it's like in the weird, like it's in the middle of the room and there are people all around. This time it was just missing, which is gone. Okay.
That's a good one.
That's most of my adult nightmares I've had over the last year or so. I don't have very many, but they all seem to involve bathrooms.
Yeah.
With like just haunted bathrooms. Or one of them was like a giant bathroom with urinals everywhere, except for they were kind of like gravestones, and it was like catacombs and weird paths. And, but instead of being like a graveyard, it was a bathroom.
Yeah.
I kind of get those. They're not like tombstones, but I get these dreams every once in a while where it's some college or some high school, or I'm just somewhere and I need to pee, and it ends up being like that. It ends up being this like turquoise walled old, but it's like a maze, and there's all these different urinals, but they're like it's just like they're interesting, but it's like for some reason none of them work. Now, if you got to go number 2 during the night, it's like the toilets are like overflowing with shit and stuff. They're like disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
But it's basically your body saying, get the fuck out of bed. Get the fuck out of bed before someone steps on your fucking dick. Go. Steve, what are you doing?
He's on the phone. He's dealing with stuff. He's always dealing with stuff. Steve's a high-powered guy, man. He's always got like 8 things going on at once. But
Steve, turn on your mic. It's okay. Just keep make sure your noise suppressor's on your Zoom. It should filter out a lot of the noise.
We have birthday.
We like having you here, Steve.
Yeah, sure. We have we have a house full of birthday celebrators and a 5-year-old.
It's okay. We don't have God's Chuck, so we need you.
Yeah.
I don't say much.
Even if there's weird noises in the back. Like the lesbians that lived next door when he lived in the townhouse.
Oh, there you go. Did you ever see that movie from like the early 70s? What the hell was it? Farewell, My Lovely, I think. It was Elliot Gould. It was like a Raymond Chandler like film noir, only it was in the 70s. But he played, Philip Marlowe, and he was still kind of stuck in the 40s. He had a 41 Continental. And he smoked cigarettes and nobody else did and all that. But he lived in this weird apartment that had an elevator that went up on the outside. You had to like walk a little ways to get to the apartment from the elevator shaft. And his next door neighbors were about a half dozen naked chicks who were naked all the damn time.
Oh, poor guy. Boy, I hate that.
Poor guy.
That's how we knew Putt was gay.
Yeah.
We were in a production studio, TV, cable, everything. So we had all sorts of production companies and everything, and we were Comcast. But we ended up having to share a big room with Rocket Pictures, and They did some TV related stuff, but it was all gorgeous 22-year-old girls, just fresh out of college. Mark was always complaining, I hate it here. They're too loud.
They're like, oh, yeah. And he's like, damn it, I can't get anything done here. Darren complained to me about it, said he's gay. Darren was pissed because I think he had them move, or it was like Sir Lance taking away Sir Galahad from all the girls that wanted to spank him.
Right.
Rescued him from the,
Right.
Hey, Gottschalk.
Hey, Gottschalk, how you doing?
Hey.
Glad you made it.
I got some sun today, as you can tell.
Yay.
Damn.
Good
for you.
But I'm here. Thank you.
Hey, can you get rid of that damn RV that they just pulled in next door Saturday, and it's just sitting there, and it's like 2 stories high, and I hate the damn thing. Steve, that's Darren's car there, Steve. Steve's not paying attention to
It's very similar to my car.
It's identical.
I like Steve's shirt. I like it.
Yeah.
I like how Steve looks like he's leaning on the console there. His hands hanging over the edge,
Oh, we got the precious moment. We got him leaning, and it looked like he had a seatbelt around his neck, pulling him down. That was the last precious moment, is what it was. Did you see it?
The last one. I haven't seen the newest one. If there's one,
it's number 12. I put it up like a month ago.
Okay,
then
so
I've
it's
seen
not
it,
new.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Well, technically it is. It's like a month.
Sure, but because you know how Facebook and YouTube both are, you could put something up and none of us would even know about it.
Yeah, that's how it is. They'd rather you see AI slop and shit.
That's what I should do on my little fundraiser. I should put AI crap on it, and maybe somebody will fucking see it.
Yeah, or at least Facebook will put it at the top of its algorithm.
Yeah.
Damn, Timmy, that's not awful patriotic of you. What is that, a Thunderbird or?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a 1960 Thunderbird. Very good. You and Tony got it. Steve thought I was a DeSoto, which I guess is close.
Yeah.
Same there. I had to take my top down because it got hot, but I'll probably put it up again soon.
Well, you shouldn't take your bottom off. So.
Yeah, Tony had to make a comment about that.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
I noticed I don't have wiper blades as a convertible, so I was afraid that I might be a stunt car for the state fair or something. That would suck. So
Darren's got the same shirt.
Yeah, he's got the same shirt as Steve.
Similar.
Same little dog as Steve.
Yeah.
Doing my Steve impression again.
I should see if that cat. If you picture a furry watermelon with feet, and it's about that size and about that weight, but he'll come in here occasionally. He brought us a dying rat the other day.
Oh, nice.
How pleasant of him.
Yeah.
So, gotcha. Do you set like all of your watches, or did they all go off at the same time during the night? Like, the alarms?
Absolutely.
That's
I don't like them
awesome.
going. I don't like them going off at different times during the night. Only one time, so I can,
Yeah, then
That seems like a hobby in itself, just setting them all and making sure the batteries are all good and winding them so that they all go off at like 4 a.m.
High end watches don't have batteries.
I'd like to have like a grandfather clock watch with the heavy brass balls hanging on chains from it. And you have to lift them up every once in a while.
But wait, if a high-end watch doesn't have a battery, that means he's got to get up in the night and either wind it or he's got to jog around the room with it for like an hour.
No,
right?
they sell little things it's a little thing that you put it on your counter, you set the watch on it, and it'll wiggle the watch.
Yeah,
Keep
actually, it'll
it
spin
wound.
it. Yeah,
What's the point?
so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, then you got to worry about the thing on your counter.
You got to worry about everything. You got to worry about jet engines
No, they're-
falling through your fucking roof.
They're
They only
sitting
have
over
them in
there.
that dumb movie.
Yeah.
Those winders are sitting over there. Self winders.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Steve stuck in his thumb.
Now, Steve says it's just too much noise for him to turn his mic on.
Turn your mic on, Steve. It's okay.
Yeah, we can have noise. It's okay.
You can have noise. We'd rather have noise than have you. That sounded gay as shit.
That was wrong.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
I'd rather have Steve. Steve's awesome.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I shared that Star Trek video earlier this week so Steve could see it with the wharf at the Blue Oyster,
Yeah, I didn't get the reference at all. And I think they didn't have gay Klingons back then. I think they would have thrown them off
Well, that's why he had the look on his face like,
yeah. And I'm so it amazes me that somebody thought that picture of that recent Star Trek, lower thirds or whatever the fuck it was, and the guy with his tongue out. Who thought that was a good picture to use for advertising?
somebody at some advertising company in Los Angeles, apparently.
Probably.
Well, yeah,
probably a
that's Los
Harvard
Angeles, right?
graduate, a recent Harvard graduate.
There you go. I remember
A
walking
glass
around
of sweet tea.
Oh, there you go, Sweetie.
Mm.
That was Popeye's adopted kid. But I remember walking around Glendale, and I saw this dude who looked like he just stepped out of like CBGB's back in '79. It was all leather and safety pins and all that shit. And I'm looking at him, and I think I look like I just stepped out of Ciro's in 1947. So we're even.
I got kicked out of CBGB's. Did you know that the Cars only played there once? Because I always thought they were like along with Blondie and just one of those CBGB bands. But they said, no, we'd only played there once. They're a Boston band, and that's a misconstruction people have. That was the Talking Heads. The Talking Heads were one of those bands there.
Oh, yeah. You saw that picture of Edith Bunker in some kind of weird party dress. I think she was in CBGB's or someplace like that. It gets
Really?
posted to Facebook every so often.
No wonder she got raped.
Well, she was there with like Alice Cooper.
That's just a weird match there.
Yeah.
It's not even a match. That's just disturbing, actually. I'm not a big Gene Stapleton fan, really. What Steve said about her, and I don't know, that those Hollywood people, they're just, a lot of them are just weird, really weird.
Yeah.
Well, look at Meathead. I mean, he was a weirdo.
And he just recently
Good
died.
filmmaker. What was that?
Do what?
Didn't his son just kill him and his wife like a couple months ago?
Well, yeah, that's
Yep.
sad. I hated to hear that. I mean, just
Yeah.
because someone's a weirdo, that want something like that to happen.
Because
to him.
he made some good movies. He was a good filmmaker.
Well, he made Spinal Tap, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Spinal
even-
Tap
even
and
the new-
Stand By Me. I think I finally did get to see Stand By Me all the way through.
he's-
Years after
Oh,
it
really?
came out.
Did you like it?
I think so, yeah.
My mom loved those movies with little boys, groups of little boys going on. She did. I mean, she was a tomboy. She only wore men's pants, men's jeans, and she only bought men's bicycles. I think she wanted to be a boy, but she loved those movies like Stand By Me and any kind, Detroit Rock City. She loved that stuff.
Mm.
But you know what? Rob Reiner, Marty DeVerge reminded me a little of Putt because he was like their manager, and that's kind of Putt's role. And I got to say, I think that the new Spinal Tap one was pretty lacking, but Marty DeVerge's, he was spot on with that character, and he was good in it. I can appreciate it. I appreciate it more.
Hey, Griffey.
Hey, Griffey. Unfortunately, I don't think I would have watched the movie. I watched it on the plane, as a time killer. I didn't want to watch it because I didn't like Rob Reiner and how political and his assholiness was always showing. But after he floofied, I'm like, well, I'm not giving him any money with this. I might as well watch it. And, I got to miss him. It's just like, he was he was a funny guy. He was a good part of that group. It's sad what happened.
He was good in that Leonardo da Vinci movie. Where
Da Vinci Code?
No, the
Leonardo da Vinci.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, you mean
Was he in
Leonardo? That? You mean Leonardo DiCaprio?
Same thing.
Oh, yeah. Darren showed me that. It was like 4.5 hours long.
I'm surprised I didn't make you watch it.
You made me do a gosh dang lot. You made me watch The Fountain.
Hey, Glenn.
I shouldn't make people watch that movie. I'm the only one that likes it.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said you made me watch it.
I probably did make you watch that.
Hello, Glenn. Oh, we're getting some of our Transforma people back here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Now I feel like indecent. I feel like I'm exposed. Give me a second.
Shit.
So anyhow, that thing puts out about 20 horsepower, so you can't really get into too much trouble with it.
I lost my pianist.
Yeah.
You did?
Yep. I was thinking, where's my pianist at?
There, I'm better. I'm not as exposed now. Do you remember that King Missile song, that one, Detachable Penis? He said, I woke up this morning, my penis was gone. And the whole
that was
song,
Chrissy
trying
Hind,
to find
wasn't
his
it?
penis. What?
That was Chrissy Hind, wasn't it?
Did she take his detachable penis? I kind of wish she would have taken my... Ooh, that would have been hot. She was pretty hot back in the day.
Was she?
Well, she went back to Ohio and it was gone.
You know who looked like Chrissy Hind but young? And I'm not saying this in any kind of way, but just facial features was Brie.
Who?
Darren's other daughter. She looked like a very young Chrissy Hind. She's like 8, 9 years old.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with all of Darren's daughters.
Grand Tot.
Grand Tot. Yeah. But yeah, she had that
granddaughter. Another way of saying granddaughter.
Oh,
Kiana,
okay. I'm not up on my Midwesternese.
Steve would know who I'm talking about.
He probably would, but he's mute.
Steve.
We actually don't mind the kid noises, Steve. We actually don't mind.
Steve, just turn your mic on. It's okay.
There's no kid noises. He's just watching Sex in the City.
Steve, the kid noises will make it sound like something's going on here.
Yeah.
We're doing sign language for the hearing impaired.
Yeah. We had Kiana.
Yeah. See, I didn't use that with my dad. My dad lost his hearing in a motorcycle accident 101 years ago, but they use the British style, which is two-handed.
But so Kiana, Darren's daughter, when she was little, she looked, her face, she looked like she was going to grow up and look like Joy Bugaloo.
Ah.
As I said, Steve would know. He's not listening, but Steve would know who I'm talking about. Joy Bugaloo. Now she was hot. I had a crush on her when I was little.
She had kind of a baby face, but very grown-up legs.
And a very grown-up voice, too. English accent. Kind of like the Princess Leia voice, but English. It all worked good. But she wishes me happy birthday on Facebook every year.
Oh, yeah. Well,
nice?
I think Kathy Coleman and Wesley did, too.
Oh, good. Yeah, they do, usually. You know who else
who gives me a happy birthday every year is Shauna Na for some reason.
Oh, really? Any particular, like Bowser or just the band?
No, just the band, under the band name.
That's nice. Do you ever, talk to any of them?
No. I say, oh, thank you.
Now, somebody who always wishes me a happy birthday is Jerry Yester,
And his
who
sister
is the
Polly.
brother. What?
And his sister Polly.
He's the brother of the kind of the lead singer of the Association.
Ah,
And
okay.
he produced their album Renaissance, which is my favorite Association album. But he was big in that psychedelic pop realm, and he had his own music, and so that's cool that he always says wishes me happy birthday.
So Jerry Esther?
Yeah. Jerry Yester.
Yester.
Yeah,
And
his
his
brother's
sister-
Jim Yester.
And his sister's Polly Yester.
Yeah, who wishes
said
me
that
happy
one already.
birthday?
You what?
Wonder who wishes
Polly
me
Esther,
happy
anybody?
birthday?
Tough room.
Yeah, I said you said that one already.
I know, but everybody just kind of looked at me like I was speaking fucking Finnish.
I smirked.
You
Oh,
weren't
you
weren't speaking
I-
Finnish?
I smirched deep inside.
Yeah, I was speaking spinach. That was it.
I said you weren't speaking Finnish.
I'm glad Gottschalk's here because we needed some life breathed into this shit.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
you guys
Is
do
he-
just fine.
Is he fixing that watch? Because that second hand's not even running.
That's
I
true,
know.
but
That's
you always
clock.
have to set a clock face at 10 minutes after 10, because that's
Yeah,
what
that's
it looks. So they always, if you see like an advertisement for clocks, the hands are always at like 10 minutes after 10.
That
Oh.
way it shows the brand name. It doesn't
Right.
interfere with any of the.
Well, it's a Rolex. Wasn't that the Kmart house brand?
Sure.
Woolworth, maybe? I don't know. It was one of those.
Well, that's what Hans Wilsdorf wanted them to be, but they've taken it to a different level. So
Oh, okay.
But now the Gottschalks, the Gottschalks here. I got to put this back up. See if I can bring back any happy
Oh, the naked.
memories.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the naked.
Women?
Yeah, the naked. It's a 87 Dodge
I like it.
Diplomat cop car.
Driven one. Know it well.
Most sluggish V8 powered car I've ever had. A lot of bad guys got away back in those days. I mean, it was
Maybe
comfortable.
they
and
had
it-
sluggish cars too.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, you watched To Live and Die in L.A. With that great Wang Chung theme, and a big car chase, and one of them's got like a Chevy Impala cop car, and the other one's got some of, and you could hear the car, and I think they actually recorded the actual noise the cars made, and it was all. It just sounded like air being let out. They were so restricted. They didn't sound like
When I
cars at all, but they were just trying to chase.
when I started with
I
the
probably got
Colorado
up to like
Springs-
70, 80 miles an hour.
when I started with the Colorado Springs Police Department in 1990. And then I didn't hit the road till January of 91 because I was in the academy. But do you think they gave the new rookies, the new cars, or do you think we had the 1987 Dodge Diplomat?
They should have, because I told you this story before, that when I did that stuff for a living, I would set up a brand new car out of the dealer and make it a really nice cop car with every single thing. Spent about 3 days on it. And this one, they're like, well, they wrecked it. You need to go out and take the camera out and stuff. So I go in the car shaped like an A. Like, what happened? And they said, oh, he tried to chase a guy. A guy was running on foot, and he chased after him with his car, and he ran into a shotgun shack with it. And
Lovely.
so it turns out later he said he was a rookie. And I'm like, why are you giving a rookie a brand new car right off the showroom?
Shazam!
And it turns out he was a guy that played Guitar Hero with us every week. He was one of our little gang. So
So when I got my Dodge Diplomat, it had 3 types of lights on it. It had a big ass Street Hawk light bar on the top. It had the wig-wag headlights, and it had like a red halogen and a blue halogen put on the back deck facing backwards.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah,
Did
right.
that was it for lighting?
nice. Yeah, mine was
Enough.
it was never a black and white. That was the factory color. It was like a detective car, whatever the hell. but all it had was the spotlight on one side.
Yeah,
And it
those
had,
were
like, one of those-
factory.
Yeah.
When the Chargers, the new Dodge Chargers came around, like 2007, 2008. I don't remember when they came, but when they first started coming, uh, the wire harness under the dash, if there was a certain wire I would clip and I'd put in a certain resistor, a certain size resistor, and when I did that, the lights would wig-wag. So it was
Oh.
like it was kind of a factory setting. You just had to kind of hack it. And the battery is in the trunk. It was always an interesting install doing those.
So do you find that when you get a car that kind of looks like a cop car and you have the spotlight and everything, the only real result is the person in front of you, if they're paying attention, goes more slow?
Yeah. Yeah, those people that like the black people that buy the retired cop cars. I wonder if they realize that they don't anymore because nobody's going to slow down for a Crown Vic anymore. But
Right.
for a while they would,
Well, you're starting to see a lot of the Ford utility vehicles now that you see all over the place. You're starting to see those in private hands now. Matter of fact, I saw one a week or two ago that was still black and white paint schemed, but it was a private car.
That's
You
about
had
the
the
only way you can
spotlight.
tell the difference because, the only people that bought Crown Vics were in the '90s were either taxi drivers or cops. That was about it. Maybe a granny white might have one, but it wouldn't be white. So it's just like if you ever saw a white Crown Vic, it was always a cop car. So when you saw a retired one, you always knew it was a retired cop car.
Because I
Well,
think
it's because
the final 2 years of production of the Crown Vic, they were all fleet sales. They didn't sell any to the public. It was all,
Makes sense.
cops and taxi.
We were a little disappointed when they stopped making them because we liked doing installs on those. I know I did. There was a lot of room in those cars, and the cops liked them too.
I
Oh, yeah.
absolutely hated the Crown Vic.
Really? Because you're the only one I've ever known. But you weren't a real cop. You were a chief.
Yes, but I was in charge of the maintenance and buying the damn things.
Well, I just know that the cop, because we put the laptops in them, mobile data centers and all the cameras and everything, and the cops liked the Crown Vics because there was this room for them to masturbate and do whatever they do when they.
There you go.
My favorite police car out of all the cars was the Chevy Caprice, the L, and that was the fishbowl ones, not the square
Oh,
ones
the big
like
round
those.
ones, yeah.
But what was nice about those is in 2004 they started putting the LT1 engines in them.
Yeah.
And what was nice is they had that low center of gravity and that wide wheelbase, and boy, those things could hug the street like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And why did you make them go out of business?
I didn't make them go out of business.
Didn't they replace them with those silly Impalas that were like mid-sized things now?
They had the flat rear ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing
I
with the
had one of
Crown
those.
Vic is what happened was somebody in the federal motor vehicle, safety standard people had the bright idea that all cars made after 2012 model year and beyond had to have stability and traction control. And the Crown Vic was still using the same, basic suspension that they came out with back in '79. And so there was just no way they could add traction, stability control, traction control to that old design. So they had to, that's where they finally quit making them because the tooling was wearing out and all, because they've been making them forever. And they made a special batch of 2012 Crown Vics, and they all went to, I think, Dubai or some damn place.
There's a
So
special
if you
place
see a
in hell
Crown
for
Vic,
those
it is no newer than 2011.
Yeah,
They're the ones that made them quit making air-cooled Porsches
Yeah.
because of emissions. It's just bureaucrats.
Smog, yes, man.
Piece of shit for you bureaucrats.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I was driving through a town here in Florida just this past year, and they still had an active Crown Vic.
Yeah.
Driving around.
Yeah, they hate to get rid of them. They were the ones that are still around. They take care of them.
And that brought back a weird spark, and I can't think of it. I think, oh yeah, I know what it was. It was I was driving with my dad in Nevada, Missouri. This is probably in 1987 when we did our truck driving stuff. and the police there still had, get this, they were still driving. They weren't like black and whites, but they were like Gator, the 71, 72 Ford
Oh yeah.
Customs, and they were still driving those. And my dad was like, "Oh yeah, that's not unusual." Um, and I think it was the same. It's kind of the same memory bank. I don't know if it was the same trip, the same place, but there was a fat guy crossing the street, and my dad said, "There's a large car." And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Like that's an expression, a fat guy." And I was like, "Never heard that before," and I never heard it since either. It's the only time I ever heard that.
That's an old saying that only two people have ever used.
Pretty much.
Your dad
and he used to say something, and I repeated it in school once, hoping that somebody would laugh and tell me what the hell he was joking about, because he used to say this all the time. He'd be like, "Timmy, never get married and raise your kids the same way." See, nobody laughs. I didn't laugh when he said it, and I never got it. And then I said it in school, and nobody laughed. And I'm like, okay, nobody gets it. And they're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I didn't either. I was hoping one of you could tell me what the hell it was about.
Because it's reality now.
I guess, yeah.
Back in the day, you would be expected to get married if you had kids.
It's kind of what I figured. I guess that's what it was, as a generation kind of gap there.
That's what I want there.
I saw
California Highway Patrol big Monacos for the 440.
Saw a Ukrainian army picture with a bunch of female soldiers lined up. It was just a row of butts like that.
I saw that picture actually.
Yeah, that made my life better for quite a while.
Remember the Pink Floyd butt picture? That was nice. I missed that.
With the pig?
No, with all the women sitting on the pool deck, and they were all naked with their bodies painted like the Pink Floyd album covers. I always thought the Dark Side of the Moon one was the sexiest.
I don't think I saw that.
Look it up, and that was, it was nice because it was real people. It wasn't AI slop. It was just like real naked women. It was nice.
So darn.
That's the best kind.
Mm-hmm.
Did Timmy pass along the information of what's happening here July 29th?
No, I don't think so. Not to me.
So Epic Theaters here in Ocala does what's called retro movies every Sunday. And they play movies from the 80s, 70s, 90s. And on July 29th, they're playing the original Trimmers in the theater.
Was I supposed to pass that along?
What?
Was I supposed to pass that along? I'm pretty sure Darren's got it on DVD.
Yeah, but it's not the big screen.
But we saw it on the big screen when it premiered.
I don't think I did.
You were with me.
I don't think so.
I think you were. Really? You didn't see Tremors at the Rock 105 premiere?
I don't think so.
I loved it because I don't win anything, but they had some special prizes under certain people's theater seats, and under mine was a floor mat, a Tremors floor mat with bites sticking out of it, saying, nice. Perfection. It said like population 14, had a slash and said 13, another slash said 12, and I've still got it in a box somewhere. And I this was a few weeks ago. I was telling Gus, it probably isn't worth anything, but he looked it up and he found one on eBay for like $400 or something. So I'm like, well, shit. I don't get things to sell them, so it's kind of.
Well, that's the problem with eBay though, is anybody can put any price they want on anything on eBay. It's just.
Well, no, but I was picturing like 6 of them on eBay for $9 is what I was picturing. So at least it's rare, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not going to sell mine anyway, but it's just kind of nice to know I've got a little rare thing.
Wee. Yeah, that Monaco 69 Dodge Monaco cop car with a 440, that was the fastest car the CHP ever tested from 69 up until like the 80s. It would go 145 miles an hour.
So I never heard that before. Is it? Oh, you okay? I get it. I was thinking, what How fast does it get from 69 to 80? Like 12.2 seconds.
1969. And the year
I don't know. Those
1969.
those were powerhouses. Those
Oh,
cars.
boy,
they
they
were.
My Porsche only had 200 horsepower when it was brand new. It probably doesn't have quite as many now. But even so,
some of them got loose.
even now though, you could be going 65, 70 and downshift and floor it, and it still throw you back in your seat, and it'll just keep on going up.
Yeah, like I had a coworker who had a Cobra Mustang, and he gave me a ride home in it once, and we must have been going 70 down the road, and he shifted, and we peeled out while going 70. It was like, wow, that's pretty cool. It's a lot of money. He paid a lot of money for it.
Don't listen to this, David. But the day I bought it, I didn't tell the wife I was buying it, or I was getting a car at all. And so we carpooled because we lived up in the mountains and worked down in town. So she was waiting outside, and I pulled up to pick her up, and she got in it, and I floored it and turned the wheel and kind of just spun the ass end around and burning rubber. It burns just as much clutch as rubber, so I didn't do it too much, but that was fun.
Why did you
I
not
think the wildest ride?
Huh? I don't want to get arrested.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you shouldn't
You're
tell a cop anything.
You're 5 years too late for that. So
yeah.
Oh, we can say I can say all sorts of shit that I did.
Is there a statute of limitations on doing donuts?
Yeah.
Well, I don't enforce it, so.
Yeah.
Is there a law called disturbing the pee? You know, like if someone's peeing and you pat them on the back.
Well, it's called indecent exposure and public urination and whatever else you want to.
I think public urination should be legal.
Yeah, it should be legal. It's an activity.
Yeah. But no, the wildest ride I ever had was a guy had a Mayor's Manx dune buggy. It was an actual Manx, because those are fairly rare because everybody just copied them because he didn't. It was very hard to prevent people from copying, but it was an actual Manx, and it had a hot rod Volkswagen engine in the back. And boy, because it didn't weigh anything. You take a VW Bug, shorten the floor pan, and put a fiberglass body on it that weighs like 5 pounds, and boy, would that thing just whoa! I mean,
that guy went out of business because. Yeah, he went out of business because everyone was copying the design and selling it.
Near the end of his life, he was authenticating real Manxes. So he'd give him he'd check it and make sure it was a real one, and he would give him a certificate.
It was nice. Shelby kind of did that kind of stuff.
My son's kind of friends, cousins, or whatever in Colorado, one of them gave me a ride, and the other one's Subaru WRX STI. That he used for drag racing. Oh my God, that was the fastest car I've ever been in.
WRXs can get up there.
And this one was like he was always racing it at Bandimere, and apparently it was the second fastest one in Colorado.
Wow.
So that was,
you
and
don't
that
think
was
the cars
crazy
like that
fast.
for quarter mile because they're kind of made for rallying.
Yeah.
But when you get that small, you almost get into go-kart status, and go-karts are a hell of a lot faster than that even. So it's like the less it weighs, the easier it is to kind of do stuff like that. Like motorcycles, crotch rockets.
That's what Lotus's motto was, is simplify and add lightness.
Yeah.
Speaking
Darren
of
and I used to argue about
You said that's a
stuff.
1960 Thunderbird?
Yep.
Who?
Isn't it missing a set of headlights?
What?
Well, Timmy was explaining earlier that having 4 eyes doesn't work on an animated car.
Oh. But having braces does, again, on a car. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's me. Well, I wish I still had the braces. Those are fun. Except with ramen noodles, it wasn't fun having braces. And I didn't like having to go and have them adjusted every few weeks, and I didn't because it hurt. And then I didn't like having to have the rubber bands around the hooks. Yeah,
So
if I had four eyes, it wouldn't. It
speaking
wouldn't
of teeth,
happen.
I'd like to ask Steve a question, but Steve, they didn't like
I'm
us
here.
anymore. Oh, there you are. So I'm wondering about just getting all the teeth yanked out and dentures in. How long does that take? mean-
Funny, the last time they did it, I thought they were working on one tooth and then find out they were done.
Oh wow!
It's about
And
6
then, and
weeks.
then, but isn't there like are you all chopped up? Does it take a while to heal and all that, or?
Not really. Took about a week.
Ah, okay.
I don't know. I've known people. There's some people
for
that
like a week or
And these are brand new.
yay!
but
let's do that.
there's a lot of people who wish they'd never done it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm one of them. The bottoms still hurt, but
That's what Tony was kind of asking you.
Yeah.
it depends on it. It varies with person to person, though. I think.
What Gracie had hers all taken out sometime after the divorce, and she had stayed all night in the guest room. I can't remember what she was in town for. And this is a few years ago, and she got allergy with my laundry detergent. So she came out in the morning and she didn't have her teeth in, and her face was swollen up.
Oh wow!
From her allergy, and I, it was like wasn't her. It was a whole different face, and it was it freaked me out so much when I first saw her. I thought she was playing a joke on me. It's one of those weird, like 1 second, weird thoughts.
Yeah.
Like almost like she was. I don't know. Like put out like had a mask on or something.
I was going to say hi, Fidesco. Apparently, he joined us.
Oh, hey, Fidesco.
Hey,
How you
Fidesco.
doing?
But my suggestion is everybody take good care of their teeth. I wish I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my
tried
molars
to.
are shot. That's the problem. Front teeth are okay, except for the one. I got the one that there was never adult tooth underneath the baby tooth, and the baby tooth finally fell out when I was in my 30s, and there was nothing underneath it.
Well, I gotta go.
We could send you some shark teeth.
Yeah, there you go.
If I ever get dentures, that's what I'm making them out of.
I had
The
to.
the black ones too that you get find on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
After I got this done, I had to go back because there's a piece of the tooth still sticking up that's
Ooh.
supposed to fall out on its own. It's just a little
And
sliver.
if you let it fall out, it'll come out your butthole eventually.
Yeah, probably. So
Hey,
a lot of times I'm not even wearing the bottom teeth like right now. I don't care.
Ooh, that's disgusting.
Speaking of buttholes,
You really can't tell, really.
Especially when you're like, going down on something, you could like it. So I have a dentist appointment Thursday, so wish me luck. That my blood pressure will be okay and everything.
They gotta pull all your
Mine's
teeth.
next Tuesday.
Oh, well, good luck. Hope your blood pressure's. Oh, I don't think yours does. I think mine's the only dentist that does that.
It's called white coat syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just but
They didn't take my blood pressure either at the dentist office.
Never have a dentist take blood pressure.
Yeah, it's pretty
well,
good.
it has kept me off the ramen noodles a little bit more, so I hardly have them anymore.
I've seen shrinks that take a blood pressure.
Are
Well,
you
I
eating
think-
ramen noodles like dry or shit and right off the block or what?
Yeah, but the powder in them it's like a sodium bomb.
Well, quit using the
There's
powder.
nothing
Use
wrong.
other things.
nothing
But
wrong with
the
sodium.
trick is you have to take the sodium and combine that with chlorine, because sodium by itself, if it touches water, it'll burst into flame. And chlorine by itself, you could put it in the swimming pool, but it'll kill you dead if you try and drink it. But if you combine the sodium and the chlorine, you get NaCl, and that's actually something your body actually needs.
Sodium chloride.
Sounds
Yeah.
like a Star Trek ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
In the
USS sodium chloride.
And the other thing is,
USS
this
sodium
has
chloride.
this
Sorry,
has
Darren,
a.
keep- Darren was not talking. Same thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Tony. Sorry.
I said the NaCl 117.
Yeah. There you go.
Star
But
Trek.
and also, people will always say, "Oh, that's 1,000 milligrams of sodium." Well, we learned the metric system in school. 1,000 milligrams, that's a gram. So just say gram. But no, it just sounds scarier when you can say 1,000 milligrams.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
never. I tried learning metric and all that crap in middle school. It just didn't click with me.
I've said this
I
before.
put like I have if I eat a lot of food, I'll eat it with a pile of salt for dipping.
Yeah.
And I had a friend that was getting on my case about it, and so I looked at my health records online and my sodium levels, and I snipped it and sent him a picture, and it's like right in the middle.
Hmm.
And he's got to watch everything he eats and can't
Because honestly, you die
it's
without
like
it.
well, I think my honest opinion is I've always eaten so much salt, my body doesn't worry about retaining it. So
Yeah.
Well, I've
No,
been
but
worried about being like maybe pre-diabetic because it's kind of my feet kind of feel a little tingly.
yeah,
It might just because of sitting all the time doing all this shit.
Yeah,
So I'm really
was
going to try to adjust my diet and exercise more and see.
I was
if
going
that,
to say
It's
that's
just-
more of a circulation thing.
is
That's
it-
what
well,
they
I
told
thought
me.
that's what diabetes does is it cuts off circulation.
Yeah,
Well,
it kind
yeah.
of messes it up a little bit.
I'm pre-diabetic too, so
and you
Well,
don't. I don't know.
You
As
get
far
to
as that
certain
goes, you
age,
don't
you
have
big-
to.
Do what?
Go ahead.
You don't have to. Well, I mean, exercise is good. You need to exercise, but really,
Yeah.
if you just get up and walk around your house a couple times every hour or two, that'll.
I do that anyway.
I heard a comedian. I played on the morning show before where he said he was diagnosed as pre-diabetic. It's like, okay, I'm either diabetic or I'm not. Take your pick.
Well, I think pre-diabetic is good because that means maybe you can control it with exercise, diet, and pills. When you become diabetic, and you got to get the needle and all that stuff.
Because he was making the point. It's like, okay, are you gay? He asked the doctor that. He says, no. Maybe you're pre-gay.
Well, that can happen too because if you're watching like a porno and you're like, no, I'm not gay. Well, do you watch porn? And you're like, well, sure I do. And, would you watch one with a guy with a little bitty dick? Well, hell no. I would. Wait a second.
Norm
Yeah, I never
Macdonald
watched
had
anything
a,
with no wieners.
Norm
You
I'm
like
not like
wiener
Steve.
dudes.
I'm not obsessed with wieners.
Well, none of us are, I don't think.
Steve's obsessed with wieners. Everything's a wiener.
Yeah.
Everyone's a
Wasn't that a
wiener.
song in the
Everyone's,
70s?
yeah, everyone's a wiener.
Little, 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 little.
Oh, that drives me needle, 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 needle.
I like that song. Which
Yeah,
is
it's good.
weird because I don't like funk music, but that's
I
like
like
the only
I
song
like the way they
actually
do that
like.
guitar riff. Needle, needle, needle,
I don't think it's a guitar. I think it's some kind of a. I think it might be a clavinet.
Whatever it is, it sounds good.
Yeah, those are huge back then. I introduced you to those clavinets, Steve. Remember?
Yeah. Do you? I hate to mention Star Trek again. No, I don't. But remember?
I'll be back.
Remember when they first V'ger starts showing up and they make that bomb, that noise? Oh,
Yeah.
they call that something beat. That instrument.
The V'ger beat.
Yeah, the V'ger beat. But what's interesting is the kid who played Tommy Starnes on one of the episodes of Star Trek. He's the one doing the music of that on the motion picture.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was Barry Goldsmith.
But,
don't know, but-
Steve, you like Kate Mulgrew and the Voyager and all that. Did she ever do her own version of that Frank Sinatra song and say, "I did it, Janeway"?
I did it, Janeway. That'd have been funnier if I'd said it. Yeah, but that'd be. I was watching the Voyager cast on YouTube earlier today. They got together for a reunion again, and behind the scenes they said they'd be waiting in the turbo lift for their cue to come out, like a couple of them, and they'd be in their ass grabbing behind the scenes. I'm like, that was their thing behind the camera. They would ass grab. I'm like, what kind of bunch is that?
and the director's
it's
like,
Hollywood.
"You
What
men,
are you
stop
gonna do?"
that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see her here next month.
I know. I want to go. I hope I get to go. That's September. Or is it October? Or August?
We don't have those things around here. I guess they do. I can't go anywhere because I'm stuck. I have to stay in one spot. It's like I'm under house arrest.
We gotta get you out, Tony. We gotta get you.
Well, somebody give me $5,000.
Yeah, let me see if I have.
Is
I
that
can
how
write
much
you-
it?
I can write you a check.
August 28th and August 28th through the 30th.
Was that the one where Kate Mulgrew's on? Fanboy?
Yes, at the Fanboy Expo in Orlando.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the Tampa Comic Con in August or September.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
I
that
want
bike's $4,800 plus. set up fees and all that other crap.
But Kate Mulgrew will be that one. And Holly Marie Combs, I told you, from Charmed. I've always had a crush on her. She's going to be at the Tampa Comic Con. I seen her.
You know what I
naked
hate though
before.
is you get you see these chicks in the movies and all on TV, and then a few years later you get the AARP magazine, and like Drew Barrymore was on the cover of the AARP magazine earlier this year. That was like, God.
And we
You
first
don't
saw
really
her 5
feel
years
old
old.
until you see like Drew Barrymore on the AARP.
Yeah, because she played that
magazine.
little girl on E.T.
Yeah.
Why did you go? Yeah. Wow. But I was, I got to meet one of my crushes was Marina Sirtis. I shook her hand. I hadn't washed my hand for a month. So that's, but no, I'm kidding. But I did see her. She was a real sweetheart. Yeah. We talked for about 10 minutes, and she had a break, and so we were talking. It was nice to talk to her.
Has anybody ever been an asshole at a Comic-Con or anything?
Who was that?
Tim was.
Lou Ferrigno.
Nah, well, I think I was like Timmy. I think that was partly my fault. Maybe I didn't give him a chance. Yeah. But he did seem to, ignore me. But maybe Timmy was right that maybe I didn't give him a chance. So I thought
he is partially deaf. You got to remember he's partially deaf.
Yeah, I said I would give him another chance if I ever saw him again.
Yeah.
This time I would get in his face, Lou, I'm here!
Especially if you're green. Especially if you're hoodoo. It's like, I'm green too, but I'm cool.
That's right, I am cool. Oh, I lost my hoodoo. I lost my hoodoo. Oh, fuck me. Got my dick stuck in a door again. I was watching Charles Nelson Riley interview, and he was really an interesting guy. He had there's a story he did, something called something Riley. He did on stage, and he did a whole one-on-one with the audience of his life and everything. He was really interesting. Interesting life.
I watched. He did an interview, and I think it was I don't know if it was a Craig Kilborn version of the Late Late Show, or it might have been Craig Ferguson, that Scottish guy. Uh-huh. And it was near the end of his life, because he passed away in 2009, if memory serves. And but he was really interesting on that show.
Oh yeah, he was. There's more.
Superbird have a weird mustache, like I got a uppity mustache on it. Like,
yeah,
Hitler mustache.
Now I don't think I would be too upset if I did play a fat hoodoo. I'd probably do hoodoo 50 years later, maybe, or something.
I don't understand your whole thing about the fat hoodoo. It's like there's
80% of cosplayers are fat. So I mean, you look at these chicks, the Harley Quinns, with boobs out to there and the big old butts.
Oh my God!
It's just how it is.
I actually saw.
Steve's probably going to the Fanboy Expo to see Delta Burke. She's.
Yeah. No, I actually saw a fat Wonder Woman at MegaCon.
At Dragon Con, there was a fat guy with a beard who went as Wonder Woman. It was really fun. I was actually in his video that he put on YouTube.
A guy dressed as Wonder Woman? Oh
yeah, it's really popular.
Wow.
It's really funny. It's kind of like picture putt with a. It was funny.
Wouldn't that be Blubber Woman?
Well, he might not have been as big as Putt, but he was a big, was a big fat guy with a beard.
Get me out from under, Blubber Woman.
Get us out from under, oh boy.
Hey, I'm fat, so I can make fat jokes. So don't ride into the station, folks.
I'm pretty fat.
Station?
Yeah.
September 4th through the 6th is the Tampa Bay Comic-Con.
Yeah. Are you going to come down to that, Gottschalk?
Yeah, I always say I'm going to attend those, and I never do. So
I don't think we're going to Tampa, but we do plan on going to the Fanboy Expo. Yeah.
But are you guys going to go on a Saturday? Because that's when I would go.
Probably. We're probably going to make a day of it, because my elf tunic that I had ordered off Etsy, it sucked. So.
Well, there's no way I can get hoodoo. We lost most of the parts in storage. They got moldy. I just found them a couple of weeks ago.
Well, fix them.
Yeah, I can go as a moldy hoodoo.
That's what washing machines are for.
Oh, and Margaret's going to be there now.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
What is she in a walker now, too, or probably?
Which one?
Fanboy?
No, the TampaCon.
TampaCon, okay. But I'm going to see Holly Marie Combs. She got a little chunky, but hey, so did I. Big deal.
Did you say Delta? What from what? Designing Women? That's
Nah.
what you
Yeah,
said?
Delta Burke.
Well, I don't want to see
Designing
her.
Women? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's everybody. I'm right.
First time,
Really
I,
nice.
first time I saw Delta Burke, though, was in, I don't know if anybody heard of the John Jakes trilogy of like The Bastard and the Rebels and the Seekers.
Yeah, I never watched him, but I always saw the
did.
promos for him.
The
I did, I
Bastard
watched
Rebel in Sneakers.
Yeah, them too. But listen, they had a good cast. The Seekers, or the Sneakers, however you want to call it, had a good cast. They had Randolph Mantooth and Martin Milner. Martin Milner played Randolph Mantooth's father in there. I'm like, they're probably the same age.
Because they were both, they were on Emergency and Adam 12 at the same time.
Yeah, so.
Because Emergency was actually, the pilot was a spinoff of Adam 12, I think.
Yeah, but it was, and Randolph Mantooth is still alive. I think Kevin Ty is too, I think.
They both are, yeah. They've been lifelong friends.
Yeah.
They still hang out.
And I didn't know that Robert Fuller was still alive.
Yeah, he's in his 90s. And he's not the Bobby Fuller of the Bobby Fuller 4.
No, I'm talking about
I used
Dr.
to think
Brackett.
that. I used to think, he's
Bobby Fuller.
That guy was like shot, or he was killed like the guy from Hogan's Heroes was. Like
Bob
in those
Crane.
Mysterious circumstances. Yeah.
Who was?
Bobby Fuller.
The Bobby Fuller 4?
Bobby Fuller 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bob Crane, he kind of had one of those mysterious floofies like him.
Kind of like George Reeves had a mysterious death.
Oh, he killed
They said his wife floofied him.
I don't know. I heard the suicide and I heard a murder. I don't know. I don't know if it ever got solved.
Yeah, somebody made a movie where they kind of explored, every possibility.
Yeah. But that wasn't it while he was still doing Superman, though? Or
I think it was. There was a show in the 90s that was interesting. It's called Hollywood Babylon.
Yeah.
And it was, they covered that in one of their episodes, and they had a reenactment, of him going upstairs, and they heard the gunshot. It was interesting. I don't know if they did like the Black Dahlia, this different things, kind of horror real life stories from Hollywood.
I don't think we're ever going to learn what really happened to George Reeves. But I watched
doing polo.
Yeah,
That was
Christopher Reeves.
There was George Reeves, there was Steve Reeves, and there's Christopher Reeves. So there's lots of Reeves.
And Grief Sleeves. There was, I watched another one, was the life story of Paul Lynde. And that guy really had some personal issues.
Yeah, I heard he was violent and stuff.
Oh, yeah, very. And he, I don't know if you heard about a gay lover who fell out of a 24-story hotel floor.
Oh, yeah, that might have been the violent part.
No, he didn't do it. It was an accident.
They say.
Yeah, that's what they say. But, well, yeah, that's true, too. They did say,
How does somebody accidentally fall?
Well, they were drinking heavily. They said there was a lot of alcohol in the guy's system.
Yeah.
Well, that was the 70s, of course. Everybody did that.
Of course, I was thinking the dumbest celebrity death has to be Jack Cassidy.
Oh, yeah, he fell asleep with a cigarette and burned himself to death, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about David Carradine?
What happened to him?
Oh, yeah.
He hanged himself on purpose for a jolly. And
supposedly. Now, that's a little...
For a jolly?
Yeah.
It's a fetish.
Allegedly.
Oh, is that where they choked themselves during an orgasm or something?
Yeah. That's what floofied the lead singer of NXS too.
Yeah,
and you know what's sad is no matter what kind of legacy they did, how many albums they sold or movies they did, that's all they're going to be remembered by is that. Yeah. I didn't know, Tony, that there might have been foul play or something else. I don't know.
Well,
I didn't even know the lead singer
there were
died.
some weird, stuff involved with it.
Like Bob Saget, they're saying he slipped and fell in the tub. He's like 6 times, fell in the tub 6 times. It's the head injuries.
Well, it was like the fracture of his skull was super violent. Like he would have had to hit him with a baseball bat full blast.
Do you think there's foul play there with Bob Saget?
I think so.
I don't know.
Well, they're saying his head injuries weren't consistent with somebody falling in a tub.
So that's what they're saying is he fell in the tub.
He fell out of his bed or some stupid ass thing.
You fall out of a bed and you kill yourself. That's very rare.
I
This is
fell out of
bunk
a
bed.
bunk bed once.
Yeah, me too. And I'm still here. Unless I died and didn't realize it.
Of course, I was like 9, so we're a lot more cartoony.
The boy is 9. Yeah.
Oh, gross.
That reminds me, Phil, if you're listening, I'm getting tired of this diddler shit.
What?
He's obsessed with that.
I know.
Why?
I play Michael Jackson. Next thing I know is diddlers. I'm like, I played Jackson 5 this morning, and he put the gong sign. I'm like, get the hell over it, I like you, Phil,
because with Michael Jackson, because the story I've heard is that when Donny Osmond's voice changed, everybody thought his career was over because because Donny Osmond sounds like a 5-year-old singing about girls and this girl's too young for me and all. It's like, come on, please.
Go away,
and so his
girl.
voice changed, and for a while his career was in the toilet. And so Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson's father, said, "I ain't letting that happen to Michael. I'm going to give him puberty blockers."
That's why Michael.
So Michael Jackson's voice didn't really change much from being 5 to being almost 50.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he was doing anything with those little kids. I think in his mind he was a little kid himself.
Yeah, that's what I tried
think
saying.
so too. And here's the other thing: all those kids that stayed at his place had their parents' permission. And if he'd have diddled with kids, say everything. So I can't imagine he'd be doing something where that would be like that, where because the kid all they have to do is tell their mom, and then he's in prison forever, right? So it's just like I can't imagine. I would like to think that stuff that was pretty innocent.
Or people will say because he settled out of court. Well, he was so fragile. I don't think he would have survived a court trial. He was so emotionally fragile.
Oh, he would have sat there crying. But
they already arrested him and had him, naked there. And
I remember that. That was that had to be humiliating, dude.
Yeah, and the reporters were there. What's it like inside of Neverland? He goes, it's like an amusement park, this and that. And the reporters are saying it's like it's nobody's business what it's like inside us. How it's. I'd like to think that stuff didn't happen because the people that did make the accusations, it turns out they kind of had their own problems and that they
were
and
going after him because
put out
he was rich.
Michael put out a couple songs about the record industry and how wonderful those people were, and I think they kind of had it in for him.
Wasn't surprising. They had it in for the Doobie Brothers because my favorite Doobie Brothers song was "Another Park, Another Sunday," which hardly anyone ever played.
I thought you didn't like the Doobie Brothers.
I don't like them particularly, but I think the song's okay.
Wasn't that with Michael McDonald?
No, it was pre-Michael McDonald.
Okay.
That's disgusting, Steve. Good grief.
No, it's a song that I was actually making a reference to this morning.
Another Park, Another Sunday?
No, it was, that was, you said Saturday in the Park, I think it was the 4th of July. That was a Chicago song.
That was Chicago. No, Doobie Brothers, they had Another Park, Another Sunday, and in there, he was tired of listening to the radio.
Mm.
So the radio station sabotaged the song because they didn't like that line.
Oh.
So that was supposed to be their next hit, and instead they would play the B-side instead. And the B-side ended up being,
Chicken into
Black
the Street.
Coffee, Keep on Brewing, that one. And that ended up becoming a huge hit, probably bigger than I don't like the song, but
I love Blackwater. It's nice.
I don't like it, but that ended up being a big hit for them. So
especially when they get to the reverb. Oh, Blackwater, keep on, shut up. Okay, sorry. Or reverb too.
Come, pretty mama, come and take your baby by that's so stupid.
Come and take your baby. Break your baby by the what?
Yeah, it's even worse than my baby sister wrote me a letter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or Chicken into the Street.
Chicken into the Street.
Yeah.
That's like that stupid Welcome Back. I hate that song. That song's scary to me. I just hate
Welcome
it so
Back.
bad. I hate that
Sebastian.
song. And I hated that show, and I hated the theme.
Is that by John Sebastian Cabot?
Yeah. And that theme, it's I guess it was New York or Brooklyn. It looked so horrible. There were like chickens hanging from clotheslines and stuff. It was just so nasty looking.
I changed the words on it. Yeah, we got him on the spot when he's sitting on the pot.
We tease him a lot, and then we steal all his pot.
Welcome on your back.
Oh, I think you're singing. They're making me sing that stupid song.
Yeah.
I'll play that tomorrow in the morning. You don't come
I
into
hate
the
that
morning
song.
show anymore. What, you don't like me?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't like anybody.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I don't like anybody. Hey, Gottschalk, is that real goatee or is that
No, that's
like a looking for love in all the wrong places filter?
It's real.
It stays on my hand. Stays on my
Oh,
hand
yeah.
for a second.
Oh, he's
Hey,
got the
get something
filter.
from your
in
book, Gottschalk.
the goatee followed you on the side of your
That
face.
was wild. The goatee kind of.
checking into the street.
I still like there's a bathroom on the right.
The boy has no patience. Who the fuck are you talking to? The boy stepped on my dick.
You threw a spaceship in the damn lake, you little short ass dumb.
I know.
That's why I don't learn martial arts.
I got the unpopular opinion of not really liking that movie that much. Everyone said, "Oh, it's better than Star Wars. It's the best thing ever." And I didn't like it that much. It was okay.
Picard doesn't look happy there.
We watched. We took it. We watched it with my. Yeah. Who does McClammy?
Huh?
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 What?
No, I said Picard. He doesn't look happy there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a migraine.
Yeah.
Or the Earl Grey.
Does Picard ever particularly look happy at anything?
If he's getting laid.
Yeah, when that broad showed up, that one. Remember that one chick who was he was actually hot. He was actually had the hots for.
Yeah, the archaeologist. Well, the con artist that was the archaeologist. Yeah,
con archaeologist.
Wasn't I a good-looking kid? Look at.
Oh, I thought that was Nat.
No.
Wasn't I a dish?
You were a dick. You still are.
No, the director of my theater was. We know he likes guys, and I showed a picture of me younger, and he was just drooling, and that's when I said, "Wasn't I a dish?" Never mind.
Then he sucked your cock right there in front of everybody.
Oh, please.
That's disgusting, Steve.
I wouldn't touch him to scratch him.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I'm with Tony.
I got that line from Batman. The Catwoman said that about the penguin. Oh, please, I wouldn't touch him to scratch him.
It makes sense with her. It sounded weird with you. It's like...
Yeah.
Oh, well, fine.
I always loved the Julie Newmar the Catwoman, because it was always seemed like they were like an inch, just an inch away from doing it. Her and Batman. Like at the end of every episode that she was on, it was like Batman was he was just getting ready to jump.
Could you imagine at this one time that at the end of the episode they just stripped down and dink 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 dink.
No, you just see the Batmobile bouncing up and down.
Seems like it would be really hard. You couldn't even give someone a hand job in that thing with all that stuff between the people.
I don't know. Robin did it to Batman all the time. That's disgusting, Timmy.
It's in the Batmobile, and it's in sync with the song.
You know, I was a treble clef. We used to do that song.
You have a recording of it?
Maybe.
You should. That'd be cool.
You know, we used to record our live shows on video, and there's just something about video that makes everything sound like shit and out of tune when you record a live band. Yeah. I don't know if with digital if it's as bad, but back then it just never worked. We never had really any good concert footage, should I say, that sounded good. We had one. It was our first show ever, and we did so good that the feature act, they unplugged us, cut our show short because we were, killing it. And a guy in the band had this Advent recorder. It's kind of a fancy recorder. He recorded the whole show, and it was on a cassette tape. And Big John, he took it to work with him, and he put it in his shirt pocket, and his name tag magnet erased it.
Oh, no.
So it would have been our only kind of good
live, not only it was a good, because we heard it that night, a little bit of it. It sounded really good, the quality, and then we never got to hear it again. And we never could hear a good show of ours again because it was always on like video and it just always sounded crappy.
Yeah.
And we did a couple audio recordings, but there was always something that went wrong. Like, I don't want to go into it, but we never had any good. At least we had some good studio albums. That's where it counts to me, anyway.
I
and
just heard what you were thinking, naughty boy.
And we had a lot of fun doing the live shows, and we put on good live shows. Had a lot of fun. Ratchet, Wendy Lou's husband. We would like. I think we did Yakety Sax. I can't remember. We did some. We did some of those songs.
Is Yakety Sax different than Yakety Yak?
No, Yakety Sax is the Benny Hill music.
Yakety Sax is the Benny Hill.
Yeah.
I think we did that song, or we did one of them, and we would stop the song, and he'd still keep playing the sax, and we'd chase him off the stage, and he'd be running around with the sax, and we'd run. We had a stage show. We had so much fun with it.
Okay, I have a Yakety Yak by Koshers and Chet Atkins with Yakety Axe.
Yeah, it was his version of Yakety Sax, only on guitar instead of saxophone.
Oh, okay. I thought I had.
But I don't know if it's Yakety. It's Yakitty or Yakety. You got to check both.
Why? Oops.
Speaking of Chet Atkins doing a cover, I played on a Fun Hour once. Apollo 100 did Orange Blossom Special with a guitar. Boy, that sounded good. I mean, really good. It's on Fun Hour 12. It was a Fun Hour that had Steve on it, where he did his Casey character, where he'd cross frequencies. It's actually a really good episode.
I don't remember them doing that one. Cross frequencies.
Wendy Lou said Boots Randolph. Hi, Wendy.
Cross frequencies.
Hey, Wendy.
Yeah, we were just talking about Ratchet when he would play the sax and we'd chase him off stage. I thought it was Yakety Sax, but it could have been any of them. I can't remember. I don't particularly remember doing that song, but I remember chasing him off stage.
Well, that would have made the most sense.
It did, but he played sax on we did a lot of 50s stuff, and I can't remember. Wendy might remember.
Okay, there's a Boots Randolph Yakety Sax.
Yeah.
3 positions, 17.
Actually, they played it at his funeral.
Is that who originally did the Yakety Sax for the Benny Hill?
I think so.
Yes.
Is it?
So it's 17 joules. So it's like 38 joules.
We'll probably spelled it out and then put, numerically, just for those who can't, fucking read or something.
Autistic to the they're watchmakers, of course, they're autistic.
It says Yakety.
Yeah, that's it.
Yakety, it's right here. I found it. That's a good thing. That's it. I don't want to play the whole thing. That wasn't on the broadcaster, though. That was on YouTube.
That's cool.
Yeah, she said.
Yeah, you can play that tomorrow for your stupid song of the week.
I don't.
I actually, about 10, 12 years ago, I actually started attending an online course on watchmaking.
Oh.
And my fingers and my eyeballs can't do that shit.
That takes attention to detail.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the screws on in most of these watches are literally like grains of sand. I mean, you have to be able to frickin'.
That might be a funny transformation idea. Have Rob turn himself into an ant because he's got to fix his watch or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There you go.
I have the same problem when I got to fix my glasses. That screw on there's a tiny one.
That's still a very large screw compared to the screws inside watches.
Oh yeah.
And Wendy, I don't think it was Yakety Sax. Because I don't remember him playing throughout an entire song like that. I just don't remember doing it, but I do remember him. We did so many songs from that era that had saxophones, so it could have been any of them.
I just think of Benny Hill whenever I.
Yeah, John. If we ever get Big John on the show, he'll tell us.
Big John.
Big Bad John.
Don't block the pop-up.
They came out. John and Gary, they came out a month or two ago, and Darren and I, we all went to dinner together. So that's the first time he saw Treble Clef guys since my bachelor party. When our sound man Rod got in trouble for trying to give me a lap dance.
What?
I guess the club had strict rules where who can give who a lap dance. So
See, I
I thought
can't.
this one was kind of cool.
I
looking.
can't suspend disbelief long enough to enjoy a place like that, because you're not actually, nothing's actually going to happen.
yeah, I'm the same way. I've never liked the strip clubs because it's like you can't. What do you I don't get it. You can watch them do their stuff, and then it's like, well, you can't you get arrested if you know what I mean. I don't get it.
Or you get people that say, oh, they have the best chicken wings at the strip club. I've actually heard people.
I went to one every week for about 3 years.
Yeah, I've been to a few. Usually Darren would take me there, but
The Diamond Cabaret, because my brother was the daytime manager there, and they had a damn good buffet with like roast beef and all sorts of stuff. And
roast beef.
I would sit back at his table with him and eat lunch.
Well, it goes back to Pee Wee Herman and Fred Willard both got arrested for pleasing themselves at a Blue movie theater.
Fred Willard, dude, I know that.
But it's just like, isn't that kind of what it's for? And Pee Wee Herman, I can understand it because it was the early '90s. But Fred Willard, it's like, haven't you don't you know about the internet? You don't have to actually go to a theater to watch that stuff.
Yeah.
Boy, Fred Willard must have been like 80 when that happened.
No, I don't think he even made it.
Yeah, after that whole incident with what was his name? Paul, was Pee Wee Herman? Paul
Rubens.
Paul Rubens, yeah. After that whole incident, he kind of dropped off the face of the earth, didn't he?
Kind of did. I don't know if it was because of that or just because it.
I heard he had another chance. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that was about it.
I was gonna say, I heard he had another chance to play Pee Wee years later, and it didn't go over well.
Yeah.
People always say, "What happened to this person?" What happened to Bill Pullman? And it's just like people basically they have a decade,
Yeah.
And then that's it, then it's time for a new batch of people. That's basically all there is to it. Pee Wee Herman was an 80s guy.
I kind of understand that. You don't hear crap from Julia Roberts anymore. She's.
Yeah.
They got old, too. I don't think she's like.
They can get smaller parts as people's mom and dad or whatever, but it's not the same kind of leading role kind of stuff. There was I can't do the joke as a car, but one guy did. I was a stock boy in a place, and a guy, kind of the okay. Give me like the okay symbol, Tony. Yeah, he says, you know what that is? And I was like, what? He goes, it's Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Oh. That wasn't.
Well, it's supposed to stand for white power. Like there's the W and there's the P. White power.
So. I remember they tried.
People got in trouble for
that. You what? Yeah.
People got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
We got in trouble for this.
What is that?
We used to do that to gangbangers. What that stood for was 2 to the chest, 1 to the head.
Did you ever hear of the creativity movement?
No.
Wasn't Bob Ross part of that?
No, but I was at a police station once, and they had a poster of a bunch of different symbols of, I don't know if they weren't gangs necessarily, but they were symbols of like like possible racist parties, different, I don't know, bad stuff. And they had one that kind of looked neat. It kind of had a crown. It was called, or something. It was called the Creativity Movement. I'm like, that's kind of neat. If I was going to be part of one of those things, like maybe that would be, because I like this. Their symbol's kind of neat too.
The fact that you're just played in the police department, you probably didn't want to be part of that group because it probably wasn't what you thought it was.
Well, I don't know. I just like the symbol and the name. If I had to choose one, maybe it's a bunch of people that got into trouble but did nice art because I like their symbol.
Yeah, we got in trouble for doing that. So
now I'm curious. I've got to look that up now.
There's a police officer up in Greeley. His last name was literally Bacon. Officer Bacon.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's kind of a neat symbol. Formerly known as the Church of the Creator and the World Church of Creator, this is an atheistic pseudo-religion, white supremacist group. Oh, I don't like the atheist thing. Never mind. I don't want to be associated with atheists.
That's dumb.
What?
It's dumb being an atheist. It's like,
I don't understand it. But they still had a good-looking logo.
Oh, okay. It was like the Flat Earth Society. I think back in the 60s, all the Apollo astronauts joined the Flat Earth Society.
Yeah.
Because they were kidding.
See,
every time you mention Bob Ross, this is the gentleman who taught Bob Ross everything he knew.
Yeah, but he didn't have the hair.
Well, his name is Wilhelm Alexander. Bill Alexander. He was a World War II veteran for the Wehrmacht. He had a bit of a German accent. And he had the happy little tree and all that stuff. And that was all his. Bob Ross is just a fake piece of crap with a Brillo hair. This is the real thing here.
Who capitalized on it and made a lot more money?
Well, I mean, he did pretty well for himself, but he had a TV show for years. And then when he retired...
even if he wasn't the original,
Bob Ross pretended that he invented all that shit and said, "No."
Well, my dad's name was Bob Ross, so we always had kind of a he should have given the guy credit for it, definitely. Yeah. But I did appreciate what he did.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Hey,
what are you wearing? What are you wearing?
The show's taking a dark turn.
I actually, when my band Treble Clef went to visit me in Alabama, they were setting up their gear in my garage, and I took the day off work, but I had my walkie-talkie still going, my two-way radio. And my friend James, or my coworker, he's the one that used to do the voices for Borso and Flag, apologize. Anyway, he's like, all of a sudden it comes in, "Hey, Timmy." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "What are you wearing?" And my band's not setting up there. We used to always do that banter, at work. Yeah. But I don't think he knew, like, like, wouldn't you like to know?
One of my guys walked into the office today. "What are you wearing?" "Get the fuck out. Get out. Get out now."
Oh, there's this one. I had one coworker named Isaac. Now all the guys were together. We had our coffee first thing in the morning. We're all kind of in the same room there, and he's Isaac just all of a sudden goes, "Hey, Timmy." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "You know how I know you're gay?" I said, "Because we slept together last night." He just had to put his head down and leave. Everybody was on the floor. It was pretty fun. Not in that way, but we didn't really do that.
Oh, okay.
Although I did have a dream. I had a dream once. No, it wasn't a dream. It was back when I was married, and
so it was a nightmare.
Gracie, do what?
So it was a nightmare.
Yeah, kind of. So Gracie put her arm around me in the middle of the night when I was asleep, and I thought it was Isaac, because I was asleep, and I jolted out of bed. That's like a snake, just shoop, right out of her arm onto the floor. She's like, "What's the matter?" And I never did tell her. I just
Oh shit!
yeah, I don't know. I just went back to sleep. I didn't say anything.
You snake.
Yeah.
So I guess that yakety sax will be my stupid song tomorrow. Pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
there you go. There you go. Well, you played one today, which really should be your theme song anyway, but you haven't played it in a long time.
Which one was that?
The I can't remember his name, but I'm a nut.
Oh, I'm a nut. Yeah, Leroy Pullins.
Really? It wasn't. What's his name that I can't remember?
What's his name? I can't remember.
The guy who did Trailers for Sale or Rent.
Oh, Roger Miller.
Yeah.
Roger Miller. Yeah, that was it.
Oh no, that's Leroy Pullins.
Oh, okay. It sounded like Roger Miller. I always thought it was
Leroy Porn.
Yeah, Leroy Porn.
Yeah, Leroy Pullins, best known for his 1966 hit single "I'm a Nut." Leroy Pullins.
Yeah, that should be your theme.
Yeah, it should be. It's probably 15 years, and probably, that song only went to number 57 on the Hot 100. Wow.
We're about to see the Hells Angels on here.
Yeah, because the Hells Angels are famous for riding BSAs.
I'm a nut. Boop, 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 boop,
So,
boop,
Gottschalk,
boop.
you got any big plans for the big weekend? Are you off the 4th?
Oh, I'm waiting to see.
It's right around here.
Well, damn.
Most likely, but me and the wife have decided, since it's the 250th celebration of the United States, which we're all about, but we figured people are going to get like extra stupid, especially in the evening and stuff. So we decided just to stay the frick home.
I think a lot of people aren't even thinking about it.
Because I don't know, the bicentennial. Because we all remember. You were.
Yeah,
Maybe you were
the
kind of
200
young, but most of us
I remember
remember. It
all of
was
it.
hyped for years. Because in '74,
Well, they made quarters
Chevy came
out
out
of
with the Spirit of America, the Vega. You get a Vega, Nova, or a Caprice in the Spirit of America. And this
Well, that's why I
lady at our
painted
church.
myself up to look like this, because it reminded me
Yeah.
of the bicentennial days, how fun it was.
Oh yeah, but this little lady at our church, she was a midget or a dwarf, however it was, and everybody chipped in and bought her a brand new 1974 Vega, and it was a Spirit of America Vega. It was that mostly white with a red and blue trim, and they had the hand controls in it because her legs wouldn't even go past the seat. So she drove that, and that thing rusted out. I mean, by the actual bicentennial, that thing was completely rusted out. It was like at 74.
Those Vegas weren't very well thought out.
Who's going to get the $250 dollar bill?
Yeah.
You know what I wish they would have? To me, it'd be worth $250.
You got some
Spirit
bubbles?
of 76.
What you got? Oh, glass. Who is that? Pepsi or something?
Myers is rum.
Nice.
Rum.
I've got some. Oh, I didn't even think about it. I don't have a webcam, but I've got like some 76 things. I've got a couple Falstaff cans. I've got I believe a log cabin bottle. The syrup bottle. It's a bicentennial. A few different. My mom loved collecting that stuff, and with me, what I miss the most, which is a little bit would influence my paint job, is I think Hostess or Dolly Madison. They had a Stars and Stripes cupcakes, and the stars, and I remember this from when I was 5 or whatever. The stars were it was a white cake with it was blue and white icing, kind of like the front of me there, and the stripes were a chocolate, like the chocolate cupcakes with the doodle.
Oh yeah.
They were like that, but they had like the red and white stripes on them. They just tasted better than they tasted so good. They were like the blonde zingers, the lemon zingers.
Oh,
You know
I
how
love those.
flavorful those things. They're like that. They were just so good. Boy, I miss the lemon zingers. I'm sure they still make them, but I can't eat that stuff. I'll die.
Well, they're
I will
probably not
get
as good
diabetes.
anymore. Like everything is not as good anymore.
Yeah, they probably make them all out of corn shit and all that. It's probably not near as
Cornholes.
good
Yeah, they
as
made them out of cornholes.
yeah, cornholes. That looks so weird. A guy's shot, that little goatee when you turn your head goes into your ear.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm going to get one more exchange.
10 till 2 again.
Yeah. You got to
Go
wear
with a
your
different
skinny
look,
tie
you
with
know.
your helmet.
You know, when Wendy, speaking of exchange, when we went to the airport when we on our trip, the first thing I did is I went and tried to get some Spanish cash just to have, and I don't think we used it the entire trip until we were going right back to the airport, and the taxi driver, I guess his thing didn't work, and he asked if we had cash, so I got rid of it then. But I don't know, didn't mean anything. It just reminded me of that. So I saved the guy's life that day by having cash. And that's the moral of the story.
Oh, so you're basically
He had
like
to pay
Sugar
off
Bear.
his bookie.
Yeah, there you
What?
go. So you're like Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear, yep. I kept him from rolling on the basement floor and everything. I don't know what the hell that song was about, but I liked it. I liked the music.
No, it's about there was an actual guy whose nickname was Sugar Bear, and he talked Elton John out of getting married to this woman. Because basically, you're like gay, dude. You shouldn't marry this chick. It would be miserable.
But why were they rolling around the basement floor? What the hell was that part about?
Maybe they had got high on cereal. I don't know.
Could be. I like the song. I was disappointed he didn't play it live because he put on a really good show. He did how shows should be done. He just did one song after another and just worked. He was a working guy on that stage. He really made the most of it. I think the best formula for doing a live show, the Moody Blues used to do this. If I was ever big enough to do a live show, which I'm past that, but you get on stage and go right into a song. You don't say shit. You just go into it and do it. People love it. And then when that song's over, you go into another one. And then after the second song, that's when you stop and say hi and introduce everybody. But you do those two songs. It really worked at the Moody Blues. It was, you know what I'm saying? It's a really nice. It's like you're getting your money's worth. And I don't know. It's just kind of a neat thing to do two really great songs to start off the show and stuff. And Dick Dale, he never did encores.
Yeah. When I took my motorcycle safety course, they never did that. They never got on the bike behind me. It looks dangerous as all hell.
Well, I never took any kind of motorcycle training. But yeah, Dick Dale didn't do encores, and he'd say it. He's just like, he says that's ego shit. You want people to shout your name and do another song. And in all that time, you're backstage, you could be doing another song. And so he would just do that. So.
Well, that's why they'd always say Elvis has left the building, because people were still waiting around.
Oh, really? Is that what that was about?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, Dick was such a showman. He had a wireless guitar, and he would go out of the club into the middle of the street and do it. He was an inspiration, because the first time I ever saw him, he was in his mid-60s. And it's like, this guy could just rock the house, and he was so charismatic and had such a great stage show. And it's like he would take drumsticks and do a bass solo with his drumsticks on his bass player's guitar. His bass player would be doing one hand, and he would be hitting the bass with the sticks. And he would do the same. He'd get behind his drummer and do a double solo with him, and he'd play the trumpet and have a pretty girl come out with the sheet music, from the audience. He just a great showman. And by the time Wendy saw him, I don't know what happened. I guess he was past his expiration date or something. He wasn't good anymore. But I would take people to see a show, and it would be a pilgrimage. Like Jack Porter, everybody that I took one time, they didn't even know who he was, and they would always come back the next year, and we would have a bigger group and a bigger group. It was an amazing experience. Anyway, sorry about that. You know, when I talk about Dick, I get all, riled up.
Yeah.
That got Steve's attention.
Yeah, well.
I'll be right back.
All right. Go ahead, Gotcha.
What's that?
Don't you need a dick talk sound clip?
I quit listening when he said something about dick talk. So
Yeah,
That was Dick Dale, who's the king of surfing guitar.
yes, I know who Dick Dale is.
Yes.
yeah.
I think he's just ripping off Pulp Fiction.
Anyhow.
And then some.
Do they still have that glow in the dark shit on watches? Isn't it radioactive? Won't it kill you?
Well, the old
Tony
stuff
and I,
did.
Tony and I basically had the exact same comment at the same
The,
time.
the old radium did, yes. Killed a bunch of people and killed a bunch of women in England, was it? That was actually putting radium in the watches for, World War II or something like that. And I mean, they were working with it with their bare hands and, licking their, they killed
No,
like
they were
a bunch
licking
of
the
people.
brush. They would take the brush and go like that and then do the. Then they started glowing in the dark.
Proctologists did that exact same thing until a few years ago. I did the motorcycle safety course.
Yeah, I did it back in '86.
I did it in like 06.
I wouldn't want to get all close together like that. What if one of them falls over? Because that's why I want, kind of a small and light bike too. I don't want some big fucking circus wagon. Especially with my hip.
I bought one, and then Denver was just so freaking crowded. It wasn't really any fun. I had to go out to the small airport on the weekends when nothing was going on, and they had a lot of twisty roads and stuff. But that was the only time I could really have fun riding.
Yeah. Well, I'd just be using the thing for transportation and then getting out a little bit on the side roads. Because in California, you can split lanes legally. So, and it's actually less dangerous than being in between, the bumper of the car in front of you and the bumper of the car behind you. But the caveat is it's Southern California. People are used to it. So they're not going to open a damn door or do any kind of stupid bullshit when people will realize that you're on a motorcycle. That way means you're not in a car and you're not adding to the traffic congestion.
Yeah, that stuff in the Rolex, though, that's their own proprietary stuff called Lumibright.
Oh, they had the Radon girls put those in.
Yeah, we were talking about that when you were gone.
Oh.
The licking the brush.
Yeah, putting it on their lips and everything, like glow-in-the-dark lipstick. Oh yeah, it's sad. They didn't know. We wouldn't have known either back then, I don't think. But the thing that was bad is the guy that invented it, the radon stuff. He went and visited the factory and he saw them doing that, and he went unglued. And he says, "Don't let them do, that's poison, blah, 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 blah." And the manager wouldn't relay his message.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So they
how
still
unpleasant of him.
You what?
I said, how unpleasant of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, ignorance is bliss until you fucking die of being
irradiated.
Because, Spider-Man notwithstanding, it's like radiation doesn't give you super strength. It just kills you. So it's like,
could you imagine how the show would have been if that was the case? Every superhero show, when they fall in the vat, they just kind of,
you can't get the radiation directly. You have to be bitten by a radioactive watch painter.
But you remember the song? It says, "Is he sick? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood."
It's kind of like God's Chuck saying that he's vegan and that he only eats grass, animals that eat grass that are grass fed. What did you say? Something like that.
I'm a vegetarian. Oh no, I eat plant-based meat. Plant-based foods. Cows eat grass, and I eat the cows. So
Yeah, that's how it works.
I used to eat cows.
Till they walk
too
away.
pricey.
Ooh. Yeah.
Her name was Oprah. She was.
Oprah.
Wasn't that a song, a Barry Manilow's song?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okra Cabana. No, wait a second.
Bees.
Look at these dudes. Guys back then, when they had a pot belly, it was weird. It looked like just you had like a basketball on your belly and everything else as skinny as a twig.
Yeah, that's what I have to watch my calorie intake and exercise because my weight isn't evenly distributed. It just goes to the beach ball belly thing. So, I mean, if it was a little more around, I wouldn't be as worried about it. But
Yeah. Okay, this is
Looks
weird.
like
We got
Steve's
like
hand
8
is in
guys
front
in
of the
suits and
camera.
then one dude in short shorts. What the shit is that?
See that? It's probably for the best.
I missed it too.
I think the guy in the short shorts was put on probation later.
He wears shorts. Al Cooper was one of that band, Hollywood Argyles.
Oh my God! What? Look, Steve has been eaten by the blob. Beware of the blob; it farts and smarts and does.
Hey, let's do a round robin or something.
As soon as the blob quits eating Steve,
Well, there's nothing we can do about that.
beware.
Wait till
Hey,
it
Steve.
shits him out.
Hey, Steve, let's do a round robin.
That's what these guys on the bikes are doing.
Okay, let me think of something. Something to do with this theme. Give me a 4th of July or vicinity memory.
Sitting on the roof of my house in Tucson Street in Aurora and watching the fireworks from there at Del Mar Park. That was kind of cool.
I don't even remember fireworks displays at Del Mar Park. That's how much of a recluse I was.
Our second two presidents died on the same night, 50 years to the day after the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so I don't exactly remember that happening, but I remember learning it.
The first thing I can think is, I was with some friends in the Ozarks, and we had a bunch of fireworks, and we went out to the lake at night, and we're shooting off these fireworks, and then like some old lady yelled at us, "It's like 4 a.m. Stop!"
Yeah, we spent our 4th of July in the summer, pretty much, up in the mountains, kind of away from everybody. We didn't have to worry about noise. And so we'd buy all the fireworks, and we'd start out in the evening with the fireworks, and there would always be the one that had the smoke bomb in the little cardboard house. And then we'd have the snakes there was a little pellet that you'd light the corner of. And we'd start with those because they made all the smoke and they would drive the mosquitoes away.
Right. Steve, do you have a 4th of July memory?
It's not a pretty one.
They never
Round Robin didn't say it had to be pretty.
Oh, okay. I was like 10 years old, and
went to some friend's house for 4th of July, and I don't know what it is. This kid got too close to the firecrackers and it like blew up in his face. Poor kid was all scabbed up and bloody.
Well, see, we had the safe and insane stuff, not the unsafe and insane stuff.
Yeah, I think it was like 9 or 10, and a lady finger went off in my hand. Fortunately, my hand was open when it did it,
Yes.
so it didn't hurt.
I was on one 4th of July, and it was a camping trip or something, and I had a boss who took his RV there, and he just kept getting picked on, and his RV ended up blowing up and all catching fire and everything.
Well, that's your problem for bringing putt with you.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
I think I have that. I'll play that this week on the morning show.
You get a copyright strike.
Get what?
Oh, I was thinking on this show we'd get a copyright strike.
Oh no, I'll play it on the morning show or something.
I was just kidding. Yeah, we already, Darren and I already said the story about the M80s, so there's no use repeating that.
I've never even seen an M80. I've only heard about it.
About the size of a C battery, silver.
I've seen an M79.
Yeah, we used to have a couple of those at our high school. They bought a couple of them surplus.
Yeah, this guy had a bunch of them, and he would just he'd light the fuse and he'd have it in his hand. He'd wait a little bit and he'd throw it. And it'd make a mushroom cloud of smoke. It would bang.
Yeah.
And we I might as well say it again since it's relevant. We took them to the dock with us, my dad's dock, and we put one in a 2-liter bottle, and we had it float out, and it flew back at us, and it blew off a piece of the dock. And so the next one, we covered it with mud and made a big mud ball around it, and and it worked. It dunked, and we were waiting, and all of a sudden there was this flash, this ring, and then the water just started gushing up like a butt cake, like a fountain. It was really wild. And then Darren blew up Princess Leia, but I don't think that was with the M80.
And now that action figure is worth, like $4,000,
Well, even more because she's no ho now.
My mom threw all my action figures away.
She was good at that.
She sensed they were valuable.
Yeah.
Oh, the worst thing she ever did was we had this babysitter in the trailer park. The only time we ever watched Sean on, because that's what they would watch. But the guy was an Air Force guy, and he was a master model builder. And he had a little toddler, and that kid's bedroom, he had hundreds of model planes that he had built, and they were just beautifully done. And I would just love just to go in the room and look at them. And it was such a treat. So they moved to Ohio, and he gave us the models, or like a giant box of them. And it was a dream come true. We even had like a huge, like a super fortress. It was big. I mean, it was a big plane. And we ended up moving a couple of months later. And he, gave them to us because he didn't want them to break and to move. And when we moved, some of them broke, or a lot of them did because of that's just the nature of things. So we had a desk in our basement, and we were slowly repairing them. And, we were 10, 12 years old. So there were a couple that we sacrificed, with the sparkler and stuff. But most of them, we were just trying to fix them. And one day before we went to school, my mom had thrown all of them away. That guy, he must have spent hundreds of hours building those things, and they were so nice. And the only ones that survived is my grandpa Lloyd stole a couple of them from us without us knowing, and those are the only ones that survived.
I think
what possesses people to do that? Honestly, what?
No idea.
And it's not like it's not like they were all over the living room causing a problem. They were in a corner in the basement. They weren't. It's what the. I just don't get it.
I was going to say, I'm always throwing Kiana's stuff away, but it's because she won't pick it up.
So I mean, ours was in a corner on the desk in the basement, and I don't get it. She's just like, what evil thing can I do to these kids? I don't know. Oh, excuse me.
Fireworks.
Told you not to eat that second burrito.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking today of redoing that joke that you did for Stacy, because when she backfired, I told you not to have that second chili dog. I've got one where she's going to become a battle helicopter, like one of those Airwolf kind of things.
Oh yeah.
It because the whole thing is this: people have been requesting a half transformation, like where they get stuck halfway. So I thought we were going to test out, because there's been a controversy with some of my stuff. Some people think that a helicopter, that their legs, I used to make their legs transform into the tail.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, their butt should do that. And so I thought we would have an experiment where just their posterior does it, and we'll try one with the legs and one with the butt and see which one works. But that's all they're going to transform. But Stacy keeps going. Keeps transforming, and she's like, oh, and finally she's like pretty much a full helicopter. And Rob's like, you did that on purpose, didn't you? She's like, well, maybe. But she ends up completing and shooting off a missile, which like blows up a building or little building or something like that. And I thought Tracy would say, I told you not to eat that enchilada. That way we're not redoing the chili dog thing, but we could still continue. Never mind. Thought it might be.
We were listening to you.
That's disgusting, Tony. Get some bathrooms are for.
Well, it's tough when you got.
Oh, Tony!
It's tough when you're renting a room and you don't have a bathroom to yourself. That's really why I can't do the. Yeah, I would be worried about doing the whole crawling up your butt with a camera bit. Is that you basically have to have a bathroom all to yourself for like 36 hours.
Mm-hmm, you do. That's just the night before.
And it's not that bad. You don't spend the whole night on the toilet. You get the call of nature probably once every half hour, and you go in and do it, and you're back.
You don't go far from the toilet, but you don't.
Yeah, you know when to take a trip to Walmart or something. Definitely not.
No, I used to have a housemate who would move into the bathroom at about 10 o'clock in the morning or so, spend 45 minutes and a pack of cigarettes in there. And you keep talking on the phone, and then all of a sudden it's like, what in the hell is going on?
That was the only bathroom.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, Peter used to do that in the Brady Bunch.
My dad would sit in there and like read books. I'd go in there and let loose and get the fuck out,
Yeah, I remember my brother would hang out in the bathroom a lot, and all I would hear in there is.
Yeah. Remember the Brady Bunch when Jan would be bitching? She's like, Cindy's on the pot eating a sandwich again.
And that was 6 kids, and they had one bathroom without even a damn toilet.
I know. Yeah. Did anybody ever flush? How about a courtesy flush? You're right next to doors.
Or they just have to
I don't know.
The boys would probably just go pee out the back into the the LA River.
Yeah, didn't you have the boys and the girls, and they had the shared bathroom in the middle?
Right.
Yeah.
And then mom and dad had like a master bathroom, I'm sure, that nobody knew about.
Yeah. Alice probably had her maid's quarters. That probably had her own bathroom.
It is odd. I can understand. He's an architect. He designed the house with the blended family in mind. You'd think he would could spring for 2 bathrooms, one for the girls' bathroom and one boy. You would think.
Yeah. They do.
Because modern houses generally would have like more bathrooms than they have bedrooms.
Yeah.
Didn't those bathroom doors lock? Oh, I think they did because somebody would pound on the door. Come on, Jan.
And then when it comes to the Brady house, they had the secret hallway under the stairs that nobody quite knows where it goes to.
There was.
I don't know. I remember sending you guys what was actually under there.
Yeah, you did. You sent us blueprints, but we still talked about the secret hallway.
What was under there?
Yeah. Oh, I think it was like a service. They called it a service porch. It was, just stuff. There wasn't like it wasn't like a wine cellar full of gold or anything.
Well, because the way I figured, Alice's bedroom was off the side of the kitchen, which would put that right by by the stairs.
I always figured they kept her chained. I always figured she was chained up in the basement when she wasn't working.
Alice in Chains, yeah.
Yeah, Alice in Chains.
I was thinking more along the lines of the Gimp, but
the Gimp.
No.
Oh, they did have the Brady Bunch movie. Jan was sneaking out, about to run away from home, and she was sneaking down the stairs in the middle of the night. And Alice comes out from under the stairs wearing all this like a black leather dominatrix outfit, and she sees Jan and kind of sneaks back into her room again. This show was genius. Both those first movies were good.
She was back there with the butcher. What was his name?
Sam. Yeah. She was having fun with Sam.
Stupid fat hobbit.
Sam, he would just make a lot of noise.
Yeah, he called me a goofball. He was a white dude for Kamala, and he had the nerve to call me a goofball.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The fat gay hobbit.
Fat gay hobbit. Which one? Which was fat gay hobbit?
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin.
Oh, okay. He's married. He's got kids.
Yeah.
From what I understand, his wife and his wife's lover both voted for Trump.
Yeah. Should have told him that when he called me a goofball.
Oh, you think Sean Astin called your name?
Yeah. He says, "Who's this goofball?" And told Wendy that because she was the one meeting him.
Well, I mean, maybe Sean was just messing with you. I don't know.
Just being a goofball.
I don't know. Well, he didn't have much line to mess with us because we were waiting for him for like 45 minutes because he was on the phone.
Oh, geez.
And the place had already closed, and he was like this on his phone, like kind of right in front of everybody, just talking. And there's like everybody's waiting for like 45 minutes for him, and yeah. Anyway, she got to meet him. That's good. We saw him in the Goonies. I'd never seen that before. Oh, we watched Labyrinth with David Bowie, not with him, but he was in the movie.
I saw Sean Astin first time. I think I mentioned this with Toy Soldiers, where he was in a boys' school or something, and they got taken over by.
Oh, I didn't know that was him. We liked that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him at Glendale Studios where I used to work. He was driving a Dodge Durango.
Oh, Sean Astin?
Yeah. Those movie stars getting Ford cars.
Yeah.
Dodge Durangos.
Oh, Darren, you want to, maybe you too, Gosh Chuck, but sometime this summer, after I get back from Missouri, we're thinking of all, Wendy and us, going to St. Augustine. She wants to try out this new steampunk store. So I don't know. I don't know if you've gone there since you've moved.
Darren and I were gonna get together while you were in Missouri. So
yeah, you said that you were going to come out here a couple weeks ago, and then you did.
Yeah, that steampunk store is pretty cool.
Oh, did you go there?
Steampunk, is that what it is?
Yeah, I waited out. Well, I think I went in a little bit and looked, but Kiana was mostly looking.
Oh, look at the time.
Is it there in the old section of down that
St. George Street?
Down the alley.
Yeah.
There used to be one that had real swords and stuff you could buy, like armor. I wonder if that's the same place.
Might be.
Yeah, I remember when I was at my confirmation in the Catholic Church, they had the Knights of Columbus there, and the Knights of Columbus were there. They had the swords, and I took a close look, and the edge of the sword was flat. It's like it would come to it would almost come to a point, and then it was flat on the edge. It's like, what are you going to do?
You got to sharpen it. Your parents have to sharpen it.
Yeah.
There was my favorite store back in the 80s. I loved this place. It was called the Ancient Mariner, and it was all nautical stuff. Like ship's lanterns and things. Oh, I loved that place. I used to I buy like little lantern keychains and stuff.
Zizos.
Yeah, Steve,
Zizos was
it's
neat.
weird in the summer because it's still broad daylight here, and you guys are about ready to go to bed.
I say, what is that? The theme song for 60 Minutes?
Yeah, that was his theme song of the day.
That was funny the other day. I played about a week ago. I played this theme song of the day. It was 60 minutes. 6 o'clock. That was funny.
What's that 22 stand for, Gus Shot?
That's the date.
It's the date.
No, I thought it was more poetic than that.
No.
Yeah.
White supremacy.
Yeah.
The creativity.
Everything's white supremacy because it's
Rolex supremacy.
Got the chicken in the ear
true.
thing going on.
Yeah. Well,
guys, it's
thanks
time
for hanging out, Wendy Lou and Fidesco and Hot Stop and
Griffey was there for a little while.
Griffey and Kendra and
yeah, Griffey's still there. Yeah.
What about me?
Was there?
Yeah.
And who else was here?
Gotta have our fireworks show for you. There we go.
I think Kendra showed up for about 5 minutes.
Yeah. One of the Intertransforama dudes was here.
Hot Stop. I don't think it's just Hot
I
Stop.
I said Hot Stop, but there was another one who I think
there
might
was
be
another
Keaton.
one.
Yeah, it was Keaton, I believe.
Keaton, but he goes by a different name because we kicked out Keaton, so he goes by someone else.
Well, Glenn Hill was here.
Glenn, that's who.
Oh,
See ya,
Glenn. That's right.
Everybody have a safe and wonderful 250 years.
Now, Tony, I know
Americans.
how much. Now, Tony, I know how much you hate it, but if nobody's got anything to do on 4th of July night, you want to do a show?
Do a show?
Well,
I know
Saturday
Tony
night.
doesn't like the Saturday. For those of us who aren't going to do shit, Saturday night.
Oh, I won't do shit Saturday night, but
I'm more available on Saturday night than that. That's my kind of that's my stay inside and just work night. So
we might drive Uber. It's going to be busy out on the beaches that night. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. And then you get drunk passengers.
yeah, they better not puke in my car.
That's the thing. You got to put like be like an old lady and put plastic down on everything.
Yeah.
Actually, Ubers out here, people get these seat covers and stuff, and they what a good boy am I? I'm preserving my car. Except that I can't get the seat belt out from all that crap.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. Then the armrest that comes down where you can put your drinks in gets covered up anyway.
how can people stand it without cigarette smoke in your car?
It's not there. You're one of those crybabies too. I said the cigarette smoke. It's my car.
Well, guys, I'm going to call it quits. It's been a long day for me.
Me too.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'm glad you showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my internet didn't shit out on me again.
Yeah.
See you,
All
Darn.
right.
See you, Tony. See you,
Yeah.
Steve. See you, Wendy Lou, and everybody.
Have a good night.
Night.
Good night, everybody.
Happy
Bye.
4th.